how we do it. It's 6 o'clock. It's Friday night. That means it is time for Dragons and Things.
Yeah!
Friday, episode 2. Super excited to get back into the story, especially because Diana's character is definitely going to be my first kill right off the bat. I hope you brought it back up. Did you?
No.
Did you? How could you not? You knew you were about to die. I made it very clear that there was no hope for you.
Drowning's no joke.
Drowning's no joke. Look, we'll get to that in a minute. Before we dive into tonight's adventure, I do want to make a little announcement out the way. We're going to change some things up tonight. We're just going to make it a little bit different just to try it out because we are experimenting with our format a little bit. We are trying to build an excellent story. We are trying also to connect with you, the people who make this show possible every single week by showing up and supporting us with bits and donations and on Patreon and all this stuff. So we want to still connect with you and chat with you, but we also want to make sure that the story is accessible and that we're not really breaking the immersion for people who are just tuning in and have never seen Dragons and Things before. So what we're gonna do is to sort of thread this needle and make sure that we're still honoring the fans and chatting with you guys and giving an excellent story is we're going to try comments in specific called out comment breaks. What that means is that a couple of times during the show, we're actually going to take a break from the story. We're going to take about 2 minutes to just read comments and call out donations and thank you guys for the various bonuses and buffs that we've gotten. Then we're going to jump back into the story, and we're not going to interrupt that story until the next time we break for comments. This is going to help A, put everything in sort of discrete chunks. B, it's going to help people with video on demand. If you can't watch us live and you're not there to chat and you're like, well, I don't want to watch you guys chat, you can just skip the 2-minute breaks that we are going to go do. And it'll also make podcast episodes easier because we are going to eventually turn all of these into podcasts. And if we can just edit out all of the audience chat, it'll make our podcasts a lot smoother and easier to manage. So that is a thing we're going to try tonight. If you, the fans, cannot stand this new policy, we have a chat channel in our Discord that is specifically for you to tell us all about the ways that you like and or dislike what we're doing on the show. So please feel free to let us know how this works for you. Because it doesn't make any sense to continue a system that our fans hate. So please just let us know what you think of this. We're going to try it tonight. We might try something totally different next week, but this is all in service of hopefully getting new people on the channel, growing DaT family, and helping this show continue because it only continues through the support of people like you. So that is why we're trying new things.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah, so first, thank you. Second, we're going to chat with you
Thank you.
in our breaks, in our moments. So look out for those. With having all of that said, we are going to begin tonight's adventure by...
Eric's so creepy.
Yeah, it is real. Like, it's sitting right across from him. I'm sure that's an experience because he's got the crazy eyes.
If
He's
the
got them big
fans
time.
could just see a close-up of these teeth, it's so gross. My camera's on if you
Just look deep into Eric's eyes.
want. Ew.
I don't know what you're talking about. They look good to me.
Okay, gross.
That's the last thing you'll see before Zamira dies. So, sorry, for some reason all of my documents closed, so
worries,
I'm
no
messing up
worries.
the whole intro
No
to the show.
worries.
Ben, I noticed that you have a mustache now?
Yes, sure.
You've decided
when
that that's what you're
last
doing?
we met Mackie, and I have very specific notes about Mackie. I said we were going through the lockers. I said, possible that Thorn goes back to prison for breaking lockers. Find out if he took things without paying. Scratch that. Mackie said it was okay. If anyone is at fault, it's him. He might be a coward. Get personality references.
Well, I can tell you that anybody who didn't watch last week is certainly caught up now, so let's dive right into tonight's adventure. That's the only thing that happens. I'm ready now. We're good. Water rises are on a purple couch in the visitation area of a prison at the bottom of the sea. Mackie, a guard on duty when the whole world went to hell, feeds a salted almond to a large, sleek raven perched on the back of the couch. I really hope your friends are all right down there, Mackie says. He looks over at a large chunk of false stone that still stands above the waterline. The top half of the stone has been thrown back like a lid, revealing a hatch that leads down into the maintenance corridors beneath the visitation room. I also hope they work fast, because they don't seal this ceiling soon. Water's going to rise up over that stone, and it's going to flood them out down there. Mackie is right. Water pours from several massive cracks in the glass ceiling overhead. Every once in a while, Mackie cringes at the creaking sound of a crack growing under the water pressure outside. He knows that at the end of the day, his life is on the line as much as the 4 people down below. The raven tilts its head, looking at Mackie with one eye, and Mackie nods. Yeah, well, at least if I gotta die here, I ain't gotta die alone, right? As if in answer, the bird suddenly takes wing and flies away. Well, fine, then. Mackie tosses his last salted almond half-heartedly after the bird, and it plops into the water with barely a ripple.
Oh.
Below all of this, 4 people stand in a dark hallway illuminated only by the glow of a magically lit rope. Thorn stands on one side of a rubble heap in waist-deep water. Hogan and Preston stand on the other side, waiting for a signal from their 4th, Zamira, that it is safe to crawl forward through the underwater passage beneath the rubble. But it is not safe. Not for Zamira. She is stuck under the rubble, struggling to free herself before she drowns. Even though her companions are barely 10 feet to either side of her, she is totally alone, and she is beginning to die.
Oh my god!
What do you do?
Read comments!
What do we comment?
Now you don't want to, huh?
So, Sky Lily said, so excited to watch the entire show tonight.
Yay!
Just got a big promotion at work and no longer have to work Saturdays, so I can stay up late to see the end of the show.
Yes! Congratulations.
Batman Saro says, one side of the table is visually in character.
That's
Yes,
right.
totally.
That's right.
Yeah, you guys are totally...
I really like how you're
it's,
stepping it
it's
up.
us. It's us. Thanks, guys. Scott Tenuzo, when did we get rails?
Yeah, that's a good question.
They came with the studio. We built some rails right under the
Rails
table.
on the stairs. Jack Hart 79 says, hello all, good luck and have a great game.
Awesome. Thank you, Jack.
And Crossbearer 18 says, Zamira dies in episode 2? I boycott!
Yes!
I boycott the entire
Boycott
thing.
it all.
Thank you, Kyle.
And we got something big. We've got $20 coming in from Major Lemons.
Woo.
Wow.
Edges for everyone.
Yay.
But Jim.
Oh.
Ooh, no soup for Jim.
No
Edges for everyone?
It's fine.
Jim.
Ooh, and we also got another one too. Diana, do you want to read that one?
Sure. $20 came in also from the Real POTUS 98. $4 for Diana.
It's just a shame that you're not going to get to use them because your character's That's what
Now, let's be clear. He didn't say Zamira. He said Diana.
Okay, guys, stop.
Hey guys, we also got a couple of new followers too. Moon Eye 77 and Leister.
Thank you, guys.
Lister.
Awesome, welcome.
to DaT
And a couple
Family.
cheers from Nandrasek and Sarah BC1.
Nice.
And Kirigari says, Jim is totally ready for his first kill. LOL.
I am ready for my first kill. I will say that one thing that'll make it a little bit harder is that some of you have some hero points from last week, and we had enough leftover donations to get you guys a hero point in the pool of hero points. So there's a group hero point that anybody can pull from at any time, and there are no consequences for doing that. Nothing
Not
happens
yet.
for me.
You don't get. Oh, that's right. Jim gets nothing, right? Okay.
That's right. I get nothing.
Good.
Guys, I'm the only one who can reach it, so I guess it's mine.
Zamira,
Okay, yes.
your sword belt is hooked on an extruding piece of rubble, and you are struggling to release yourself, but it's incredibly difficult because your arms are almost pinned in place in this narrow break in the collapse. Worse, you're underwater, and if you don't manage to free yourself, you know it's going to end soon. Okay, you can make another athletics check to try to rip your way free, or try to signal your friends in some way if you want, but whatever you do, you've got to do it fast.
Okay, I'm gonna move my body and signal first. 1, 2. 'Cause
Okay,
two
so you try
tugs.
to tug on the rope. You try to get the rope. So Preston, you feel this quick like tug on the rope that's in your hands.
Well, then it means that's time to pull.
Time to pull. Okay, if you are going to do that, then you can make an athletics check.
Woo, my heart is racing.
All right, Chazzy Chaz, let's go. Yep. Well,
Shit, is that a 1?
No.
Okay. Oh my god.
It's a 10.
It's a 10. Well, luckily, since Zamira is struggling as well, the DC with both of you working together is 10. So suddenly you get pulled through onto the same side of the rubble that you started. So you haven't made any progress, but you are alive.
And I pull so hard that Thorn hits his head on the wall on the other side.
He goes unconscious and is under the water, drowning. No.
That was a close one. That's too dangerous under there.
You were 5 feet away. I could see your feet.
Well, I'm also longer.
That's
true. She's longer than you.
That is fair.
But what do we do? I mean, he's over there.
You gotta go back in.
I give one yank, just one pull.
Oh, shoot. All right, shall I try again?
Yes.
But are you guys going to follow?
Yeah.
Whatever he said is the truth.
You guys need to follow. We all have to go together.
But is it scary?
No, it's just water.
But is it dark?
No, the rope is lit.
Okay.
The rope was lit, right?
It is. It's
Yes.
still glowing.
But it was dark before the rope.
I mean, when I closed my eyes to hold my breath, yes, it was dark.
I yank one time.
Whoa! I need to go under. Do you want to say something?
I'll hold your hand, brother. Yeah, let's go in there. Let's go. I'm going with you.
As long as it's your hand. All right, I'm going.
I go with her.
Okay, you're gonna have to go single file because it's the so who's gonna go first?
Okay.
She's already
I'll
going.
go-
She's
I'll-
already
yeah,
in there.
yeah,
All right,
yeah.
athletics check to try to squeeze through once more.
I'm gonna use an edge.
Using an edge.
Thank you, John Christian. I know you gave me one. Thank you so much. Here we go. Oh my God!
No!
It's a 19.
7, 8, 9. No, it's not.
You know.
6. Wait, hold on. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Pull her back! Pull her back!
I'm right behind
Well,
her.
you get stuck again.
Oh.
Maybe it's because you're just too hesitant now, and
Yeah,
after that
I'm
last
nervous.
experience. Now, you could pull this hero point from the pool and re-roll that skill check if you wanted to. It's up for grabs.
Can I try to release myself, or am I stuck, or am I?
Yeah, you get stuck
Can I
in there.
just
Yeah.
I thought I was going in right after her.
Well, so you're basically like
Do I
you get
roll
your head
too?
and
I'm
shoulders
going-
in there, but you can't she's stopped. She's
see her
stuck.
feet.
So you're under
She's
the-
right in
yeah,
front of me?
She's right in front of
She's
you.
long.
I push her?
Yeah, you could so yeah, make an athletics check to try to just push her through.
I'm gonna push her right through. Fire up the dice cam, pushing her through.
Thank you, John. What did you get? The same thing I did.
Acrobatics or
Athletics.
I don't have athletics, brother. So 3.
You are trying to struggle your way through and push, and something in the rubble shifts. And it begins to collapse around both of you.
No!
I need both of you to make a basic fortitude save.
Before we get to that, though, you should know that you do have a hero point there, Taya. You have one.
But the two of us can't. I do have one?
You just got one.
Okay, thank you for whoever
There's more
just gave
fun.
it to me.
There's
Sarah
more
Basic
fun.
one.
Fortitude
One
save.
hero point.
Okay,
Fortitude
so I'm gonna use
save.
another edge. Guys, thank you whoever gave me another edge. Here we go.
Major lemons.
Wait, what am I? Fortitude?
Fortitude save.
Fuck! Are you serious?
I rolled a 3.
Hero point! Hero point!
Hold on.
Sarah, what?
Do I have an edge that came from last? Yeah, I'm gonna
Major
use,
lemons.
Worse.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
use
you've
the
got
edge
edge
too.
from today.
Shit.
Oh, from today.
Yeah, this is everything. All those
Major
edges are
lemons
from
might
you.
save my life right now because that was a 3 on a fortitude. No, there was more. I rolled a 3.
Me
though.
too!
Okay, come on.
I rolled a 3 as well.
Okay, much better. Much better.
I'm gonna use my reroll.
Gosh,
When he's
I
done.
need to.
How are you re-rolling?
How am I re-rolling?
He did. He's used an edge.
I used my edge. Isn't that a re-roll?
No.
No, that is a plus
That's a
one.
+1.
Oh,
Oh yeah, it's not a reroll. It's a +1.
okay.
Edge is a +1, my friend. There's a sheet right in front of you.
Yeah,
that
there's a
explains
sheet
this.
right in
Get +1 to a roll!
I have a
Man,
God, this is not good. This is not good.
I have a tech thing in front of me that's really throwing me off here.
Use the paper. That's what I'm using. I'm using
Yeah.
my paper.
So
Don't
cool.
let-
So I guess I'm not going to use that edge.
No.
And it's going to be a 7
A 7.
for fortitude save.
Not quite a critical failure, but definitely a failure. You take 15 points of damage.
Wait, I have my
Samira,
reroll. My reroll.
you're using a hero point to reroll
Sarah,
yours.
Wait,
Sarah,
hey.
Bless my die, Sarah.
Oh, wait,
BC1.
no.
What?
No, because at that point, rubble crashes down on my head. And I am unconscious. Like, how far do I go down? Am I just
Dying
straight
one.
dead?
So if you're at 0, then you're now dying 1.
Okay, so I had 9 hit points.
So
and I took 15.
You're now at 0.
So
and
I see-
dying 1.
I
And
see
you
his
see like
feet
this
just go
like
limp.
dust. Yes, and he just goes limp under. Now you can see these rocks are crushing him.
well, I'll wait
And this
for-
was the look on my
Samira.
face as the rocks came onto my head.
Well, I didn't look at your face.
Dan roll. Come on, Dan.
Okay, 18 plus 6.
18 plus 6.
Please, Jen.
24. That is a pass, but you still take half damage,
okay.
which is 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Thorn, you can see Zamira's hand, and you can like covered in blood. You saw the whole pile like shifted down on top of her. Just try to haul her out of there. Make an athletics check.
Athletics check. Here we go, Chaz. That is going to be a 19.
19. You do manage to pull her all the way through. She looks conscious and but bruised and battered and out of her mind. But Hogan needs Preston
Oh boy!
desperately.
Oh boy! Oh, yes, I'm going to pull him out.
Oh, man.
All right.
This is like the worst
Fire it up,
ever.
Chaz! Natural 20!
Natural 20. Seeing your best friend down here
My good lad!
dying in front of you. You just,
God.
with all of your dwarf strength, just yank him out of there.
And now-
and he is okay. Zamira is okay, but Hogan is still
Yeah.
dying.
So,
So now, because we've gone definitely at least one round of activity, Hogan, you need to make a stabilized check. This is good. You're dying 1, so the DC is 10 plus your dying condition. You need 11 or higher on the die to stabilize, or you could use a hero point.
I could use it after. We'll take a roll, right? We'll take a roll here. Fire it up.
Firing up the dice cam. How's Hogan doing?
Okay. Oh god, it was a 10.
Oh no!
It was a 10.
It was a 10. I did see
It
that.
was a
so
10.
it's a 10, but
Okay.
that is insufficient. You needed 11 or higher. You are now at dying 2.
No, it's not. I have toughness, Jim.
What is this nonsense?
I have toughness, brother.
Okay, well, tell me about that.
So I get to. It needs to be a DC of 9. It goes to
9
9.
plus your dying condition, which would make the DC 10, which means that you
my God.
exactly pass. You are still
Jesus.
you are at 0.
I'm at 0.
You're at 0, unconscious. I imagine Preston is holding you above the water, unless
Yeah,
he's got
is he-
different ideas.
Are you cradling, are you cradling me?
well, here's the deal.
Please do mouth to
So-
mouth. Please do mouth to mouth.
Preston gets very anxious in
Yes.
stressful situations.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to make a heal check. And I would very much like to pass, or a medicine check.
Yes.
I very much would like to pass it, because if I don't, I'm assuming that he's dead, and I'm going to do something.
Oh, gosh.
And so here comes that medicine check.
Is this just to determine his current state?
Yes.
Okay.
That is 13 on the die, plus 4, 17.
Okay, you can tell like he's very badly wounded,
Okay.
but he's breathing now that he's above water.
Okay.
He's unconscious.
Does
He's stable. Like you can tell
does
exactly
he
what.
have any potions on his person?
That is make a
check me?
perception check, and then and then I'll ask all Hogan. So I would say if you have a potion on you, Preston would find it.
It's in my bandolier.
And your band. Okay,
Oh,
yeah,
you made
see,
the perception
you see.
check.
Yes.
Okay. Do you have a?
Elixir of life.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna yoink, and then I kind of spill a little on his nose, and then I pour it into his mouth.
Pour it into his
Eyes are
mouth.
closed, so I.
Go ahead and roll for healing. It's 1d6 plus 1, and then you'll get a plus 1 bonus to fortitude saves against diseases and poisons for 10
All right,
minutes.
here we go. Chaz. 3.
3.
Plus 1. 4.
4
Well,
hit
it's something.
points.
It's something.
So you start at 0. so you go up to 4 hit points, but you are also wounded
Wounded
1.
one.
Hey, welcome to the club.
The Wounded 1 Club.
Oh,
Why'd you do that? Or what? You don't want to touch his hand either?
Thorn, Samira, you've made it to the right side of the collapse at least, but you're not sure there's a way back. And you're not really, like, now that you've shifted the rubble so much, you may be cut off from your companions.
What did you do under there?
I didn't do anything. I got stuck the first time, and then the second time I got stuck again, and I just maneuvered myself, and now I'm out. And oh shoot! And I look at the rocks. Is there any way? It doesn't look like we can even budge it, move it, or
I
anything.
mean, currently, it looks pretty hopeless.
What is the wall next to us, man? Is it
It's just stone and stone. You see a lot of metal pipes as well.
vibranium.
pipes? Okay. Any of the pipes seem to be heading back that direction? Towards
Yeah, they
you?
run along.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to a pipe and I'm just gonna kind of start pounding on.
Yeah, that's actually a really smart idea.
What does
You
that
actually
do?
hear the reverberations of rhythmic pounding.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
The pipes are coming to life.
No, I don't think that's quite it, brother.
Okay, I believe they're going to attack us, my good lad. You were almost dead.
It was amazing.
Oh, yes, it was.
You've tried it.
No, yes, I have been. I've been knocked unconscious, of course, but I wouldn't call it amazing. What is going on with these pipes, though?
Bam,
Ah!
bam, 3 times.
There's a monster in here.
Do they know the code to 3?
I don't know. I'm going to guess that they would hopefully think that.
Do you think it's a riot? Is it a riot in the prison?
Great.
Yes, I would venture to say that.
That's how they
yes.
signal riots in the prison. They bang on the pipes 3 times.
Yep.
And that's it. You figured it out.
We should probably warn Thorn and Tamir that there's a
bang.
Shoot me!
Do you think-
Try to yell through the rocks.
Do you think it's some sort of magical heating system?
I believe that there's a monster in here.
So while they just do this forever, apparently, what are you guys doing on the other side of this,
don't know.
of this collapse?
So the only light source is the rope.
Which is currently
Dark.
sort of buried. Like, you can sort of see because you have, like, the end of the rope available, but it's, I mean...
Now,
it'd be-
question: what would happen? The rope is lit. What if we cut the rope in half?
Yeah.
Like breaking
Well-
something that has light upon it.
I guess I would flip a coin to see which side carried the light.
God.
Which side went dark.
And if the coin lands straight up like that, we're all dead.
You need a coin?
I got one. Thanks.
Now,
Hero point.
I want to shout out one thing, because this is going to change the game a little bit. Because we've got a Fate Surge in play.
What is no already?
Fate Surge means
Oh, stop it.
that the circumstances are changing quite drastically. Zamira, since you've been at the head of all of this, yes, you specifically,
Who dares
why don't
search me?
you roll a d8?
Oh.
boy.
Okay. But it's not always bad. Major lemons.
Yeah.
5?
5.
5.
You know, maybe it's something that got disturbed when you collapsed some of the rubble, but you notice that there is this very thick layer of slime now that is oozing out and coating the floor underneath your feet, making everything slick and difficult to traverse.
On our side?
All across the entire prison, this slime bloom makes it very difficult to walk. All terrain is difficult terrain unless you succeed on a DC 14 acrobatics check, and then you can move normally. However, if you fail, not only do you fail to move, but you fall.
Chip Jam, this is amazing.
So
Don't laugh like
I know what's wrong. I know what's wrong.
Heritage. Yes.
My shoes are on.
Take your shoes on!
I'm taking my shoes
You
off.
don't have your studio slippers
No,
on?
no, I forgot.
Oh my god.
I have my studio slippers here. I have to hold on. I carefully took my shoes off, and they're placed under the table. And studio slippers are on. The toes feel cooler.
Ooh, I feel
Okay,
lucky
I'm ready.
now.
I'm ready for this save.
Sounds like things are about to get a lot better. On the other side of this, what are you guys doing? You see that there's only a short length of hallway before there's a door. The door has a sign on it marked Core 2. You know that was what you were looking for.
Yes.
So at the very least, even if you die hungry and alone on this other side of this collapse, you know that at least you'll be able to allow your companions to continue their lives and quests.
In the dark.
In the dark, of course.
In the dark.
That's the only door that we see?
That is the only door over here.
With what lights? Yeah, with what light source?
Currently, the only thing that you can see, it's very, very dim light because some of the rope is still sticking out of the
no way to
out of the
cut it?
rubble, which allows you to see like in your immediate vicinity. It's not a lot.
Can we cut it?
You could try.
Do you have a dagger?
Of course I do. When we talked about having to take Hogan's arm, when all that blackness was creeping up in it, I totally would have done it too.
Oh, I don't have to be stuck with you. All right, can you cut the
Would
rope?
you rather have been stuck with one of those two?
I don't know.
Because I'm a half orc, isn't it? What do you
just-
have against people like me?
I have nothing against any of you. It's just cut the rope. Please.
Are we gonna lose the light if this happens?
Well, it's worth a shot. I mean, we can't get past the door without seeing light. Do you have light?
I have torches, but they're
They're
wet.
soaked. Can I look around the room?
You're just in a short hallway. You could go into the core room if you want, but that's in darkness for sure.
Cut the rope, please.
All right, I reach back and pull out my star knife, flick it around my fingers a little bit. I reach down as far as I can. Cut the rope.
Oh,
Let's see
God.
which side
Oh, God.
is cast in darkness.
Oh, that's right. The other side gets sorry. Or sorry.
Preston.
The light went out!
The light goes out.
Quickly! Hogan!
Here
Hogan, my good
total
lad!
darkness.
Bully! Light something else up!
Wait, what?
It's
You now
dark!
have this lit length of rope. It should let you move forward without too much trouble.
So, I would think that I would think back because now that we're split, I would think if we have more rope, I would hope that they would still have some. But if it would happen to go out, I would probably think because Preston has been such a sissy coming down here, we're going to want to move quickly. So we start
All right,
instead of walking. Can I doggy paddle?
You can swim.
gonna
Yeah,
swim.
it's like chest high water almost. So
I'm
yeah,
a
you can
I'm
swim.
a doggy paddle, so I don't
Sure.
have to try to
It's
walk.
The
difficult
slime is
swimming,
not
though.
in. Don't we
of
have to
slime on
over
the
the
bottom?
slime?
Only if you are trying to avoid having to move at half speed. It's difficult terrain if you want to move faster than half speed and actually quarter speed because not only is it difficult terrain because of the slime, but you're also being slowed down by the water. So you can make athletics checks to swim over the slime, or
Okay.
you can make acrobatics checks to try to traverse the slime without falling.
So,
All right, Diana and I are swimming.
Okay, swimming.
Here we go, swim!
18, yes. Plus
Natural 20, Jimbo.
Hey,
there's
there's the
like-
shoes.
6.
There's the studio slippers.
Studio slippers.
I'm so good. I've got the rope in my hand. I'm swimming.
Swimming,
With one hand.
Swimming.
And I reach
You
over
make
my
it to the
back.
door. It looks like you could easily open the door. There's a like a latch that you like a lever that you would pull that'll slide the door slide.
Well, hopefully we don't see another lobster. I mean, if we do, two more claws for us to eat later, right?
Yeah,
finally get
yeah,
out
I
of
hope we don't. Yeah, okay, all right.
All right. I get stance. Pull the lever.
Oh, the lever's a mirror!
The door slides aside very suddenly, and there's a rush of water into this new space. Apparently, this room was not flooded, which actually reduces the amount of water that you were standing in. Luckily, it actually lowers a little bit as it disperses throughout this new small room that contains a pillar in the center that runs floor to ceiling, marked Core 2. A panel in the column has cracked open. Lying on the floor nearby is a large orange glowing crystal.
That's the.
That's something. What do you do?
don't break it.
Go in.
I'm not breaking pillars, Jim. I've learned. New cast, new character, not breaking pillars.
Do not break the crystalline pillar to release a black pudding into the room.
Yeah, let's not do that.
Killing another one of Diana's characters.
I did have help. So we won't go into that story.
Okay, so that must be it.
Yes, I would not walk over and just pick it up with your bare hands.
I want to look around, see if there's like any gloves or something.
Not really a whole lot in here that would help you with that. But do you have any gloves or wrappings or anything that you could use?
I have my scarf around my neck.
Okay.
I would take my scarf out and be like, do you want to do the honors?
I'll do it. Do the scarf. I kind of bunch it up and I
Sure.
go to grab
Grab
the
it. There's
crystal.
a tingling in your hands. And you notice that the crystal itself is cracked and the pulsation is very weak and erratic. Something isn't right.
It's broken.
Well, of course it's broken. Look at the pillar. It's broken.
We can't get back to the other two, can we?
No, I feel like we
We
have
could-
to figure this out first.
Well, yes, but there was a thing of mending back in that other room.
Oh. Yes, crap. There's nothing else. Don't roll! There's nothing else in this room. I need to get healed.
Oh, as you're looking around, Zamira is freaking out because she knows there's no way back. You do notice
I think Diana's freaking out.
that above the door, there's like some kind of panel that is knocked loose, and it looks like there is like a shaft, like a ventilation shaft or something that runs up. It would run above the hallway that you just came out of.
Well,
And through the ventilation shaft, all you can hear is,
you know what? Here, I think if we go that way, we'll get back. You want me to boost you up?
Can we hear them through the ventilation?
Let's see. I assume you can, every once in a while, you can sort of make a faint, distant yelling that you would guess is Preston freaking out even harder than you are.
All right. Boost me up. Oh, let's put it in my pack. So I put it in my
Okay,
backpack.
the crystal.
Wrap it up. Boost me up.
And I'll just give her a leg up.
Whoop.
Leg up, you are now in this little ventilation. Like you can crawl forward. It actually looks like there's almost no obstructions. You don't have any light though.
Can I have lights?
Throw the rope up
You
there.
would be able to,
Yeah.
just to make it clear. The crystal itself emits light,
Oh.
so you could travel by that if you wanted to leave Thorn the rope.
Are you coming?
No, I'll stay here. Go ahead right now.
All right, then I
we're
would.
splitting the party into
I would.
three
I would take out the crystal, but making sure that the
Sure, yeah,
cloth is covering it, and kind of place it there, and then push it
Yeah.
ever so slightly and shimmy.
Yeah, you just
push.
Sure.
Are you shimmying?
She shimmies down the shaft. There's no like, it's not like, oh, there's a convenient entry point to right where Preston and Hogan are.
Right.
It actually takes you all the way to a place you would guess they're looking down, and you were in the room before, so you can tell this is the control room where you would eventually, once you get this working, will be able to activate the iron wall spell, which should, the whole reason you're down here. But you can actually rip up or open this vent cover now and get down there without too much trouble.
Okay.
Preston, you're standing in the dark, and suddenly behind you, you hear a splash.
The entire time, I believe that since they've had the light the entire time, Hogan's just been laughing. And Preston's like running back and forth, touching walls to like try and find a way out of the darkness.
And he can see perfectly fine.
Wait, have you been running?
He is
Yeah,
100%
and slipping and falling and
totally able to see. It's just in black and white.
Oh no! I gotta get out of here!
Did you soil yourself?
Yes!
The floor is. Did you do this?
I don't know if it was me or if it was something else, but yes!
You get back out into the hallway, and you can hear Preston very clearly now yelling. Preston, you hear this splash, splash, splash of footsteps approaching. Look behind you, you see this angry orange glow coming from one tunnel. And then Zamira enters the hallway.
Calm down, it's me!
It's a zombie!
I'm not a zombie! Ask me any question.
Can you teleport?
No.
How did you
It's a very good question. Hogan, my
Boys,
how did you get here, brother?
look up. And I show him the hole in the ceiling.
Sure, she takes you over. She's like, look, there, you can see that there's a...
It's very dark up in there.
So why didn't you see that before?
Okay,
I wasn't looking up.
listen. Listen, we need to go to the mending wall right now to
Okay.
fix this crystal.
Oh, yes, go. And I'll
Wait, handle it with the bottom of my scarf. Don't
All right.
touch it.
I'd like to make a knowledge check on this.
This would be Arcana, if you want to recall some knowledge about this.
Fire up the dice cam, Chazzy, my boy!
Oh, perfect placement.
Great placement.
A 19 plus my 7 is a 26.
Critical success, my friend.
Nice.
You easily recognize this as a chunk of refined mithracite.
Refined
Large
mithracite.
enough to indeed help power a facility such as this, or at least a section of a facility such as this. Very likely, once you get this repaired and back in place, hopefully that'll be enough to allow you to do what you're down here to do. You can also tell, though, that it has been damaged and does indeed need repairs. And taking it to the mending nook makes a lot of sense.
All right, so here's what we'll do. Zamira,
Yes.
you go in front of me,
All right.
and Hogan, my good lad, you go right behind me, and we'll step forward very cautiously.
Question.
Yes.
Could one of you heal me before we do this in case another lobster thing pops out?
Oh yes, could one
Don't
of you
s-
heal
I'm
me as
so
well?
bruised.
Yeah. Can you heal me too?
There's blood all over my t-shirt.
Never mind. Guess we're going.
Do we have about 30 minutes?
No.
Because I could heal us all.
No, we don't.
30 minutes.
No, there's not enough time.
I mean, well, if the world is ending, so perhaps maybe 30 minutes is probably not a good idea.
No,
but
it's
we
not.
could debate it for a good moment.
Just anything that's quick. If not, we'll just go.
Are you putting me in a stressful situation?
I'm in a stressful situation as well.
So you would like a healing potion? Do
you have one, please?
Yes,
Just
of course.
curiosity, before you do any of the things that you're trying to do you have any more extracts for today? Because you used
I have
a lot previously.
One more.
Oh boy, who needs it the most then?
You need something very badly?
No.
He's already doing it. He's already doing it.
So, as I mentioned before, Preston gets very anxious. And he doesn't always make the thing that he meant to make. So
Show these things off, though. Show the top
Well,
of it.
we'll show him.
We'll show the card that she draws.
Show
in a
the
minute.
card what
Okay.
you draw.
This is, you guys don't have enough.
Big table.
Big table.
So are these cards gone already used, Ben?
Yes, they are. Show them in the dice cam.
It says
That's fantastic.
bully for you. Oh my God, you got that made?
Bully for you, yes, so yes it is! It is one of them! It means that it is! It is! Good bully for you! So it is a healing potion!
That's really great.
Bully for you.
So how much do I get?
That's really
Alright, so it was an elixir of life.
You made it,
get,
so you roll it.
you get 2 points of healing.
It's alright, it's alright.
But you get a +1 to your fortitude saves. And
Plus one versus disease and poison for 10 minutes.
So
Bully
one.
for you.
Also, thank you Dungeon
that's
Doodles
awesome.
for
Yeah,
making
that's
this artwork
super-
for me. You rock.
Man.
These are
really cool.
so cute.
So Jip, I'm guessing she's shimmying.
Yeah.
I know she has to talk to them. I just want to sit down in the middle of the room and I'm going to meditate to get one of my focus points.
Yeah, no, I would say that definitely you, because
You're so
on your
smart.
own, you have enough time to begin refocusing, regaining what strength you've spent for the day. You all make it back to the room, the security control room, where you know that you can mend things. What do you do?
Wait, what about the sludge? The slime?
Oh, we're
go.
slipping
About
the
sludgy
entire
slime.
way.
Yeah.
So far,
Not
as long
yet.
as it's there, it's still there. You guys have to move very, very cautiously. You're already moving slowly because of
Okay,
the water,
okay.
so it's not making a whole lot of difference now. Except that, especially because right now you're able to move slowly and cautiously. But let's say you were in serious
in a
danger
heist. Got it.
or
okay.
in combat.
All right, I got
Jim,
it.
I am pushing the limits to my speed. And I am going right to where it's funny, where it's like almost like.
No.
almost, yeah, oh, yes, I am.
And
Oh, yes, I am.
No, you're not.
I am saying, Hogan, my dear lad, I do believe that some premonition has just occurred to me that you're supposed to get a card of some kind.
Because Sarah BC1 has donated $50 for him to get a card.
What?
Ooh, Sarah.
Sarah?
Thank you, Sarah.
Drop from the top of the deck.
From the top of the deck?
Nice.
Yeah, that's where you
Good
gotta
job,
do it.
Sarah. Thank you.
I didn't see these shuffled or. 4 of
What'd you
hearts.
get? 4 of hearts.
Four of
Nice.
hearts.
4 of hearts.
That may just save your life.
If you
4
wanted
of
to
hearts.
use it now, you could.
4 of hearts can be used to give yourself 4 temporary hit points.
Ooh.
To last until the temporary hit points are used.
Now these will sit even if I attempt to heal myself. They'll sit on the top.
That's right. Temporary
They'll
hit points
just get
always sit on
pushed
the top.
up and they'll sit
they
on
always
top.
sit on the top. Yep. They can be above your maximum.
This is huge.
Huge.
This is huge.
Game changer.
Because that's exactly where I'm sitting right now. You would give me double life. You just gave me. Yes, I'm going to use that, Sarah. I'm going to use that right away. I'm going to use that immediately. Give it right back
You
to
have
Jim.
4 temporary hit points.
Nice.
Sarah,
They get used before any of your actual hit points get used if you take any damage.
You just saved Hogan Grayskull's life.
Quite possibly.
And Preston will make his way over there
Okay.
and put the thing in the thing.
Put the thing in the thing.
I have the thing.
No, he has
No,
the
I have
thing.
the thing.
No. Wait, you need the.
The key?
You have that thing.
Sigil,
I
what-
have this thing.
You both have things. Let's work together and do it.
Yeah.
Go.
Fair.
Fair. All right. Yes. So put it in.
Do the thing with the thing.
It does the thing with the, you put the maintenance sigil up to the little plate near the nook in the wall, and there is a soft, pulsing glow from within. All of the metal plates, all of the runes on the metal plates begin to glow. Energy seeps into the damaged core. You can actually watch in real time as the crack just sort of smooths over and vanishes as if it were
pretty.
never there, leaving you with a whole, intact, undamaged core.
That's amazing.
Yes.
Quickly, put your body there. See if it heals you.
What? No, that's a very bad idea.
Oh,
Yeah, a person definitely can't fit in that neck either.
I'm just joking.
So,
All right.
now you go into the darkness and no, leave that here though, because we need the light. So
No, but I
No,
need it over
no, no.
there.
Just hold my hand, brother.
No, don't hold
It's
his
gonna
hand.
be all right.
Don't hold his hand.
Just hold my hand.
Don't
I
hold
hold
his
his
hand.
hand.
It's gonna be all right.
All right, good luck.
There you are.
Okay. Are you sure? You don't want to come in the shaft with me?
Oh, does he want to go in the shaft with you, or would he rather hold my hand?
Wait, I'm not. I have to see light. Okay, I need a boost. I need a boost.
Guys, Diana needs a boost.
Not Diana.
So an edge or.
Yeah, here. Hold on. I'll let go of my hand for
You go back to the control room, or the security control room. You boost Zamira up into the ventilation shaft. She shimmies her way over. Thorn, right as you are finishing your refocusing meditations, you see a very soft, steady now, orange glow coming from the maintenance shaft, and you can hear the sounds of shimmying as Zamira rolls this thing along with her nose in front of her as she was along the shaft. Pretty soon, it's like teetering on the edge, and she's looking down at you.
And I lower it down very
Lower it down.
carefully.
You easily have it in hand.
Let me guess. Preston's the reason it took you forever to get back.
Yes. They're holding hands now. Isn't that cute?
No, not anymore.
You're not there.
They're holding like the same way you held his hand.
Sure. Okay, we're ready.
Okay, so we'll walk over to the core.
Sure.
And
Yeah, there's just, there looks like a spot for it. As you
And I watch.
I'm going to place it in.
place it in, you close the panel. Suddenly, Preston, there is light all throughout
Oh, they
the
got
maintenance
us.
shafts. Everybody is now cast in a steady, soft yellow glow. There is like a thrumming now that you can hear that very quickly dies away, and now you can see little like floating bulbs of light that are. You would guess that you've
Did
done
it.
something.
All right. Now we need to stop the water from coming in the visitation room.
Boost back up.
Sure. Why don't you come with me?
I will. I'm going to boost you up.
All right, I'm ready.
All right, boost her up.
You boost Zamira up. She begins shimmying. It's not a hard climb at all for someone of your
I just
your
want to take a
skills.
quick check as well
Sure,
too, just
sure.
if there's anything else around, just perception.
See? No, it looks like there's it's pretty sparse room aside from the core itself.
Okay, I'll hop up.
You quickly make your way after Zamira. Both of you end up back in the main control room.
How big is this vent, Jim?
Not very big.
Okay, so I'm,
Requires
I'm
shimmying.
basically sitting like this.
It requires a lot of
And
shimmying.
I have to go through as well
Yeah.
See,
too.
you have to shimmy.
Just there, you gotta shimmy. That's all you gotta do. All you gotta do is shimmy.
Big man. I'm a big guy.
You all gather at at the control panel, knowing that if this worked, you may have just saved your lives and allowed yourselves entry into the cell blocks where hopefully other survivors have gathered. Oof. And right now, we're going to take our very first sponsor break and talk to the fans. Hey, everybody. We got 2 minutes to just hang out, read some comments, thank everybody for all of the bonuses that absolutely are responsible for your continued lives.
Speaking of, I did get another bonus, $5 from Tyrex99. Hashtag Team Diana. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Thank you, and thank you for watching. All right, sorry. We'll move on. Go ahead, guys.
Major Lemons, I'm ready for Hogan to spoil Jim Jam's plans by being so nonchalant. Yeah. Sounds right.
Real POTUS 98 says, "Holy shit, Jim ain't messing around. This is a good story."
Yeah, thanks for
It
the
is.
serious
This is
there.
fun.
And you guys, I did not expect you guys to cause the collapse, too.
That was
Oh, man.
The Mrs. Quigley says, Ben, if you keep yelling like that, your mustache is going to fall off.
Oh wait,
True.
you didn't grow that?
Adrian.
I thought you grew that like
Yeah.
that. Is that just some of your beard?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
right, cool.
Norse Foundry. This is starting out so well.
It was
By the
this.
way, I'm wearing the Norse Foundry earrings.
Oh, very nice.
They're
Very good.
D20s. They're
What a-
awesome if you guys want to get them. Sorry, go on.
You should actually check out NorseFoundry.com. They are responsible for the beautiful dice cams that we've been
Yes.
flipping to.
Thank you,
So
Norse
big shout out to
Foundry.
Norse
Thank
Foundry
you.
for
Thank you, Drew.
sponsoring those.
Imp in my head says, "Don't forget to put your cardigan on after changing in your slippers, Mr. Hogan Rogers." we needed the studio slippers on because I was rolling poorly. I was
Everybody
rolling 3s.
was. Yeah.
I was too with you and 4s.
I didn't have
And-
to roll. I'm just saying.
Jackhart79 gave you the Bitbox Battle Loss, so you get another coin.
Jack Hart, thank you.
Here's your hero points.
Nice.
And we've also
Dude.
guys, we've also got a couple new follows too. We've got
this.
Dreamer Twitch TV
Oh!
Cute.
and DeCrambo.
Welcome,
And some
welcome.
subs, the Real POTUS gifted a sub to Tori 1989 and Sir Jonathan the Bone and Nandrasek and Jackhart79 and Blindman 308 and Kuragari 260
Holy
gift subs.
crap.
Wow.
Thank you so
Dude.
much.
Dang.
That's a lot.
So
That's
impressive.
incredible.
And a couple more
Honestly.
cheers from Luna Steel Song and Nandrasek.
Thank you guys.
And the Real POTUS,
Hi, man.
the Real POTUS and Major Lemons really hit the nail on the head here, and they said, "Yes, at Major Lemons, that's it. You nailed it. Preston is Beaker." Thank you.
Quest and Chaos also says, rating is awesome. Thank you for the raid earlier. That's right. We
Oh,
always raid,
yeah.
we raid
Oh,
friendly
yes,
channels after
after.
the show. So if you're still up after all of this, stick around for who we raid.
Awesome.
With that, we can get back into our tale. You have successfully restored power to the maintenance underneath visitation. You know that you can control a variety of effects if you wish, but you also know that one of them, the most important one, is activating the spell Iron Wall, which should seal off the ceiling and prevent any more flooding.
Are we all in there?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
What buttons do we see, Jim?
I'm going to make, why don't you make an Arcana check to see what you can figure out.
I will fire up the dice cam, brother. All right, leave that there. And so I got a 14.
14. Looking around, you can see that there's a couple different things you could do. You could actually scry on the room above and see there's like this little pool, like a silvery pool of mercury, and there's a dial you can push that will allow you it'll allow you to see what's going on and keep tabs on visitation if you'd like. There's another lever that you notice would put it will attempt to put every living creature in the visitation chamber to sleep.
What?
And then there is the one for the Iron Wall, and those are the three that you notice that you can like piece out with the runes and the various commands. Like you figure out you could do those three things.
Did you just tell me
I did.
that I could put everyone to sleep?
Everybody in the
But
visitation
Mackie,
chamber.
but Jim, what do I see?
Did you make an Arcana check?
No, Jim Jam, but what do I see?
Did you make an Arcana check?
I rolled a natural 1.
Yeah, I have Arcana. +1.
So with your account, what'd you get?
8.
I got an 8 on the die with a plus nothing, so we're both the same.
You know as much about this as Thorn does.
Would
Can-
scrying would only allow me to see in the pool?
No, you know that anybody who looked into the pool would be able to see what is happening above.
What?
Yeah, you guys want to see something really cool?
Yes.
Press the one button.
Can I do some scrying?
Sure.
So I start scrying.
Now, this requires you to all. You have to. The spell is focused on you. Activating it is free because it's being powered by the mithrosite cores. So you don't actually have to do much, except it does require concentration to maintain. So you can't really be doing anything else. But as long as you're focusing and concentrating, everybody who looks into this little silvery pool of mercury sees sort of, at first it's very unfocused and fuzzy, and as Hogan like hones in and sort of learns how to control it, you see a clearer and clearer image of the very quickly flooding visitation chamber. You can see that Mackie is shifting on the water is almost like he's almost sitting in water at this point. It has gotten so high. You can also see the maintenance shaft that you guys opened up, and you can see that any minute now, water is going to start flowing up over the rock lip and down into the tunnels.
Her bird.
You,
No,
looking around, focusing, you eventually sort of, it takes a while, but it's, you find there's some motion that you track, and then you notice there is another creature. The bird is like perched up high away from the water.
Can I talk while I'm focusing on this?
You can speak, yes.
So go ahead and hit that steel iron wall button.
All right, so I'll walk over and I'll hit the button.
Okay. There is a very loud thrumming in the room and a pulse of silvery energy all throughout the room above. And then you can see that the walls butting with the ceiling begin to flow like liquid over the whole of the ceiling, eventually converging together until there is just a seamless iron wall that covers the entirety of the ceiling. No more water flows into the room. You can see Mackie like sits up all of a sudden, and you can't hear anything that's happening on, but you can see him like,
Quick, put him to sleep.
Sleep button. Then I hit the sleep. Then I put him to sleep. No, then I put him to sleep.
so he's sitting there,
We're watching.
and then he just passes out.
What about the bird?
The bird. Samira, why don't you make a will save, and I believe you should have Shade's stats.
You killed him.
Kill my bird.
It's sleep.
Yeah, but it could fall into the water, you dummy.
it could fall into the water, you dummy.
What am I adding?
Did he fall in the water
There's
too?
a will save
Oh,
there,
will,
yeah.
I'm gonna use an edge. 17. 18
17.
plus 5. 18 plus 5.
So the bird like shakes and but it almost sways down off its perch. Clearly would have fallen into the water and drowned, but manages to like shake off the effect of the spell and grips hard
But
onto the perch.
you didn't tell us that button goes makes
He
people
hasn't said a darn thing. He just pushed the button.
So at this point I'm like, what is going on in there?
Oh, so this button right here puts everyone in the visitation room to sleep.
Ooh.
You could have made my bird drown, you idiot!
We could have gone straight up and saved your bird.
We need to go save him. He has to tell us where to go from here.
Now, this does present quite a quandary in terms of legality. I mean, if you were to press a sleep button and he were to have fallen into water and
Exactly,
drowned.
he could have
Is he
drowned.
him? Is he space?
No, he's not currently because he's still on the couch. But luckily, there's no more water flowing in the room, or very soon it would have just like come up over his face.
Oh, no.
For sure.
No, it's totally fine. Look at him, he's fine. Look, he's resting like a baby.
Erasing it.
Oh, yes, of course.
Peaceful, brother, peaceful.
Peaceful. So,
I-
I think you are in the right to make him go to sleep.
I am going to say something though. This might come in handy if there's people that we cannot deal with down there.
Lead him in here, put him to sleep.
Exactly. It's a trap. It can be a trap for them.
So we would
You
probably-
know we're going to go up against some of the most violent criminals down there. Not all of them are nice.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice and violent.
I'm not afraid of violent criminals.
All right, we'll see when it
I
comes to
have my dots.
And on that, I start walking around the room.
Your dog is not
Oranges,
going to
yeah,
help you.
you've had enough of these guys. You just walk over. There's the ladder that will take you up into visitation.
Well, should we check on the core 1 room, or do you think, or do we assume that one's?
I don't see any necessary reason to go over there.
I mean, there could be a lobster in there.
But it is a decision that the 4 of us must make. I can tell you that I don't feel very well, and I have no more reagents. I haven't gone through my pouch and restored them to where they are.
I feel great. It's like bleeding. It's like completely
Still
like, gross.
bleeding
What
profusely.
time of the day would it be?
Impossible to tell under the water.
Do we feel
You've
like
been
it's
awake,
getting
like
tired?
you're not. I mean, aside from just the exhaustion you feel from the rigorous activity you've done. I mean,
Could we get a
one
sense?
of the most disorienting things about being in the underwater prison is you haven't had any idea what time of day it's been. You can only ever rely on what the guards tell you. They wake you up, they make you go to bed, they set all of your hours, and your sense of time is just thoroughly disoriented.
So, let's just go back up there, reunite with your bird,
Oh, thank you.
and we could sit down. We could sit down,
In the water?
and I could take care of all of us.
Okay. No, Hogan is a very good lad, so yes, we should agree. Bully for you, good Hogan.
So creepy. I don't know if I can do this entire show.
Dana's just like, let me die under the rug. Well, Jim, let's start
So
over. Let me drown.
I start walking again.
Okay.
Kind of sliding.
Yeah.
Almost.
Slip sliding on the slime mold.
And I'm making my, I want to make my way up there.
Oh, we'll follow you.
Do you both still have the rope as well too?
No.
What
The rope is pretty long. Like most of the rope is under the.
Oh,
there's no way to recover it
I've
under
got,
the rubble.
what,
You've got like
20
a
feet,
foot.
inches of it?
20 feet.
I
You've
also
got
have
like 2
rope.
feet.
2 feet.
Yeah, it's not a lot.
I toss it then. Alright.
I think I have rope. I'm pretty sure I have rope. All right, so to the visitation room?
The visitation room. Y'all climb the ladder. You are now up, and it does seem that not only is no more water flowing into the room, but the water level is a little bit lower than you expected it. You wonder if there's some kind of like pump system that was also activated that's magically operated, which would be kind of cool because it means eventually this space will actually be usable again. And since you have cleared it of dangers, you know that's good, especially if there are other survivors. It might make it a nice little haven. But you see Mackie is still snoring softly on the couch. Shade very quickly returns to your shoulder.
I have to skirt back down to the room. I forgot my giant lobster claws.
You get your giant lobster
So we can
claws.
have dinner.
Oh, yes, of course.
So, while he's sleeping, do you think we need to take his leg?
No.
Is he all right?
I shall make a heel check.
You need to consent to that.
Natural 20!
You're fairly certain that the job you did earlier, fixing him up, he's fine as long as he doesn't injure it again.
Now, Hogan, my good lad, I do believe he will one day regain his composure and be able to walk and be steady on his feet once again.
Excellent.
Yes, it is what you would say as excellent.
So, who needs some help?
Me,
I
All of us
do.
could probably use a little bit.
I was dying.
I was dying too.
I was dying one.
I was also dying.
Can I attempt? So can we attempt to sit there and kind of regroup and just kind of go through?
Yeah, if you guys want to take however much
Yes,
time you want,
please.
it's safe.
Safer now.
So yeah,
Yes.
you can.
I'm going to start with him.
Okay.
Fire up the dice cam.
Okay.
Use my healer's tools. And not rolling very well. That's an 11 for you.
11. So it's not a critical failure. You don't deal any damage to him, but his wounds seem to be a little bit beyond your skill here.
Yeah,
It,
you
it-
were
it
almost
must
dead.
be. I mean, your hands are cold and cramped. You yourself have suffered a lot. You can tell, maybe it's just.
I'm going to see if I can fix.
After the first 10 minutes, by the way, as well, Mackie rouses.
No! Go back there and put him to sleep.
Alright, hey, y'all, I'm sorry, I must have dozed off. I don't know what happened, but was the leak is done, so that's good job. Good job, y'all. That's real good. I'm very impressed. Really. And I think we can also get out of here. There's a door over there to take us to the cell blocks. And I think, again, if there's survivors, that's where they'd be gathered.
Yeah, I'm taking care of my friends right now.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I just figured maybe we could... we got maybe the supplies, and I don't know. I mean, you do what you gotta do, man.
Now we could use supplies.
I was just saying if they gathered and, maybe, other people can help, too. I don't know. You do what you want. I see it. I know y'all don't trust me, and that's fine.
No.
I get it. I'm really at your mercy here.
I held you like
Fire-
a child, so
so-
I feel like we're close.
I do too. I feel good about you, Thorn. I owe you my life. You saved me twice today, so thank you very much. I definitely would have died back there, and I would have drowned in here if it weren't for all your heroics. So that's good stuff. Y'all are really, really doing great. I think there's something here. I like it. I like you.
Me?
Well, I mean,
Oh, all of
the
us.
royal you, I guess. Is that a thing, the royal you? I don't know, but all y'all.
I still have my tools out, and I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead, fire up the dice cam. I'm gonna try on myself while
Okay,
I'm
so
just
you're-
staring
yeah.
into Mackie's eyes.
So he sees that you guys are determined to do this now, so he kind of quiets down and lets you get to your work.
Dirty 20
Dirty 10, and this was on who?
on me.
On you. That is going to be 2d8 hit points that you are able to restore to yourself.
And I get to roll. I
Patch
get
up
to
your
roll for
wounds.
myself. Rolling them up. I'm gonna roll that, and I'm gonna roll another one that's non-magical. That's 7.
7. You're
7,
feeling
2
quite a bit better.
2d8.
Yeah, 2d8.
7. That's pretty good.
The entire time that you're stitching yourself up, I guess Preston is just glaring at Mackie.
Oh, I'm looking
and
at him too.
writing in his book.
Oh, really? Because I was just staring at him the whole
glaring.
time. While I was stitching myself up.
Mackie kind of looks away and is like, I don't know what this is all about. I thought we was
Just
friends,
having to
please.
jot down some notes, Mackie.
And I
All
thought
right,
we
I
would
mean,
be the interesting ones around.
Whatever it is you gotta do.
It's more like that.
So it's been 20 minutes now. You can tell the water line is noticeably lower now. You can tell, there must be something happening that is actually causing the water to dry up. And eventually you might actually have, except for the slime that still coats the floor, if you could find some way to deal with that, but you don't even know what caused that.
Did we close the hatch? I don't think we closed the hatch, did we? I would walk over and
Sure, you close
the
the
hatch and then set the
Yeah.
rock back on
Okay.
top of it too.
Excellent.
Yeah, we should definitely go meet some of those nice, innocent murderers now.
They're not all going to be innocent.
Very nice,
We
though.
don't even know how many of them are still alive, too.
Exactly. We need to be careful.
All right. Darts out.
We don't want to pose a threat, though.
Does everyone want a dart? I've got more.
I don't need a dot.
You don't need a dart.
No,
All right.
thanks.
Pull out 2 darts.
Jesus.
So if you're ready to move on, you know where the door to the cell blocks is. Make your way over there. There is a space for the sigils, but Mackie has a sigil that will open it. Does so. There's some corridors beyond. He says, "All right, I can get us. I can get us from here. Just hold me, Thorn, and follow my lead."
Throw them up.
All right, and he
That
just
was
he directs you where to go as you're moving around. Under his direction, you find yourselves after about 10 minutes more of walking in front of a pair of doors marked Cell Block B. There's a large window guarded with mesh, and through the window you can see the movement of people. Suddenly, the door bursts open, and men in SEO uniforms stand in the doorway. They look at all of you and say, "Bring the wounded first. There's a triage center past those curtains. Is anybody else hurt?"
Good.
We have a doctor on site. We can help you. You are led into a large 2-floored cell block. There is a curtained off area where the SCO offers very quickly leads you over there. And there is a gnome in a doctor's coat who is attending some wounded people. You can see there are a number of survivors, most of them unconscious. Some of them look very bad off. Others look like they're not wounded, but try a medicine check. Anybody who's got that who wants to try to determine what's up there.
Fire it up to the
I
chest!
got
Go
some
for
medicine.
it.
Why not?
That's a 12 plus my 4 is 16.
16.
That's a 6 plus my 1 is a 7.
Okay.
I'm not gonna roll.
Not going to do
I'm not
it.
gonna do it.
Preston, you know that there are a number of people who are actually set apart from everyone else, and they just they don't appear wounded, but guess there's kind of sickness. You hear a lot of coughing. You can see some weird blotchy rashes, and you realize like some people are sick as well as wounded. But very quickly, you are all met by this little gnome doctor, who takes sort of a glance over each of you and says, "Well, I mean, Mackie here, he's going to need attention, but it looks like you can all stand, and honestly, I think that I need to reserve my supplies for those who are in more desperate situations. None of you, I can give you a once-over to make sure that there's no internal bleeding or fractures or anything, but I think the most of my care is going to have to go to the more wounded patients." She very quickly determined, she checks you out, makes sure that you are at least able to move around and seem relatively healthy, but she doesn't have the time. You can tell she's the only one with like maybe half a dozen or a dozen patients, and like she just doesn't have the time to tend to your wounds because they're at this point rather superficial. She says, if you find that you are in dire need, I will of course assist you, but I'm afraid that you're fine. You are a bit bruised and banged up. What happened out there? What have you seen?
Did you see this right here? Stitched it myself, wasn't even looking.
Well, excellent. You're a doctor then.
Cleric.
Excellent. We can absolutely use your help. You can see I am a little overwhelmed.
I'd love to help right now, brother. A lot of work to do, though.
I understand. Well, if you do find that you have the time and the wherewithal, these people are in desperate need.
Doctor, do you have a name?
Yes, I'm Dr. Tridia Promer.
Tridia?
Tridia Promer, yes.
So, do you guys not know what happened up there?
I'm sorry.
The portal shut down.
I'm sorry, what?
The portal shut down. The only way out. There was a mass, I think it was some type of earthquake, something to do with the environment, and I think it's all the magic that has been building up in the city has collapsed it.
And see that the doctor herself, like when she hears that the portal is no longer functioning, like she goes completely pale. She almost has to like steady herself. And one of the passing, there's another woman nearby who very quickly marches up to you and pulls you aside. She says, "Shh. Listen, if you know something, yes, we want to know about it. But you have to understand, everybody's on the verge of panic. You can't just start screaming that the only way out is gone. This is our only hope. Shh.
Well, first off, I
Calm
wasn't
down.
screaming. I'm calm.
Everybody can hear you. You're being so loud.
You need to
You're
understand.
being so loud."
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. There was a demon. There was a demon out there that came out of the portal.
All right,
But we...
Let's all be clear and rational about what is happening. I don't know who you are, and therefore you are not in charge of us, so I don't know why you're telling this person anything. In fact, I, as your legal counsel, would significantly tell you not to discuss any of these things
legal
with
trouble.
any person.
Listen. I think we're all a little on edge. Things have been very rough for a lot of people, and we're just all trying the best we can. But please, we don't go telling people that the portal is. We don't know anything yet. We have to make an assessment and determine if there's some way out of here before we start a panic. Now, has anybody set you up with a place to stay while we figure this out?
No, because we were trapped on the other side.
No, I understand, and what I'm saying is, since you've gotten here, look, some of the cells are empty. You can use them.
You want to put them back into a cell?
No, you're not
No,
prisoners.
he wants to put you in a cell.
No, the cells will stay open. You just use the beds.
What is
as
your
a place
name?
to stay. Xenia Harfolk. I'm one of the administrators here at the prison. I'm not in charge. That's Sergeant Bradford, and he'll want to talk to you about everything that you've seen and anything that you know, because we're trying to figure out what caused this, what's happening, the state of the prison. So you'll have a chance to debrief. I just urge you to be cautious around any of the other prisoners or any of the other people around. Look, there are actually some other just people. Some of them are SEOs. There looks to be a couple of just civilians sitting around. But either way, she says, just I'm sorry.
It's okay. So what are you telling all these people? So we're all on the same page.
Listen, we're not telling anybody anything yet. We're just trying to gather information. Anybody who comes in is given a place to stay. We treat their wounds if they can. We try to take stock of any areas of the prison that are still functional and or accessible. And we're just trying like this. And again, like the collapse is mere hours. Was mere hours ago. So them not having some sort of serious organized plan right now makes a lot of sense. Right now we're just gathering information, and we will want to hear everything that you have to say. Why don't you rest, take some time, regroup, and then we can talk to Bradford, and you can tell him everything, and we can decide what will be best for the survivors to know, or what we might want to keep under wraps until we have more solid information.
Sidebar with my clients, please. I actually think we really need to rest.
I agree.
At this point, she has led you to a couple of cells, side by side. It looks like there's the bunk beds in each one. She says, these, of course, will remain open. You're not prisoners. The prisoners, she points, there's a bank of cells on one wall. She says, and don't fear, the prisoners are
So they're secured,
being
yes?
secured. Yes, there's no danger here. This is a place of safety for now.
All right.
No, Jim, is the slime still active?
Yes, everything is coated in this thick slime. You've actually had to, it's very awkward to walk around right now.
So, was this a security protocol, the slime?
I don't know. It might have something to do with the fact that a lot of the mithrosite cores have shut down and some of the protections that are in place to prevent this kind of thing have faded. It could be, if you're saying some weird surge of magic, it could be that. I don't know.
Could be the demon?
Could have been
There's
a demon.
no demon.
Not anymore.
Crushed it with my foot.
You know, we could also go back to the control room and see if we can figure out how to shut the slime down.
Or
We could rest.
Hogan, my good lad, and I could have a race for the top bunk.
No, I was
Top bunk!
Top bunk or dart bunk?
Top bunk.
I heard dart bunk.
And so
I
I
go-
start to race up to the top bunk, but I slip and fall and stumble over myself.
I walk over and get up on the top bunk and just relax with my arms behind my head.
Hogan, my good lad, you're
Close
always
my eyes.
so on top of things.
So now, is this bunk just for us, or is there more people in this bunk?
These ones are just for you. They're not a whole lot of survivors. You can tell that if enough people gather in this space, the cell block could become rather crowded. But the cell blocks are also rather large on their own, so they can accommodate quite a few people.
Okay, so it's what I'm asking is, like, if we wanted to talk.
Oh yeah. Nobody's really
no one's really around
bothering you. In
us.
fact, at this point, Xenia has allowed you the space to regroup. You can talk to the rest of the survivors if you'd like. Just please don't say anything that might frighten them.
I'm sorry.
And we'll give you space, and I'll come and get you when Bradford has a moment for you to explain what it is that you saw and what you've done. And then she leaves you alone.
Okay.
Yeah. Unless you have other questions
No,
for her,
there's gonna
she's
be-
available for questions.
No, it's okay.
I'm already laying up there with my eyes closed.
Preston will take a few moments to lay in the bed, and then he'll get up and kind of walk the line of the prisoners. And it's just kind of using his innate sense of right and wrong about these people, making judgments on if he thinks any of these people could be his next clients.
I don't know what to tell you about that. I don't know what you glance at a person and decide whether they're innocent or guilty.
No, but I'm.
That's
I'm,
interesting.
I'm looking at how they react to my presence.
Yeah.
Like, is there an aggressive attitude, or is there a Is there a passiveness in some of them?
It's really difficult to tell with everything that's happened. It's really difficult for you to get a read on anybody, and you know, some of them, a lot of them are very obviously terrified of what's happening. I mean, this collapse has caused a serious disruption in everybody's lives. Some of them look like they're grieving. Very likely, a lot of people have died in the last few hours. Some of them are panicking and trying to just like maintain some sense of control. I mean, it's so hard to get a read on anything that you could use because everybody's so shaken up about the recent events.
I'll make note of who. I'm assuming that Preston has done many hours of studying about this prison, and so potentially has dossiers or files about specific prisoners who may or may not be innocent and just haven't had a fair shake.
Okay.
So he'll just kind of make note of who was there, and then go back and go to sleep.
Sure. Is there anything else that you wanted to do? Are you guys just exhausted and ready to call it a day?
I would walk in and look at this bed. I'm guessing it's like a mattress and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm pulling the mattress and everything off and setting it on the floor.
Okay.
And I'm going to lay down there. I've been in this prison for 4.5, almost 5 years. I don't want to sleep in these damn bunk beds anymore.
Yeah, this was the day. This was supposed to be the last day you ever spent in this place, and now you can't leave even though you're allowed. Finally, you have the freedom to leave, but you can't. There's no way to do so.
Yeah, I can't sleep on a bunk bed, so I'm going to pull the mattress and everything on the floor, and then I'm just going to lay down and go to sleep.
Samira?
I would be sitting on my bed, taking out my piece of paper. Would it be wet, soaking wet? Then I would mentally be thinking about all the magic that has happened. That like the whole, like if it's an earthquake or the whole, to bring back to the Verdant Circle one day.
Yeah.
And then I would just nuzzle Shade because he would be my comfort, and then eventually I would close my eyes and go to bed.
I think if Preston comes back and Zamira is still up, he would look at her and say,
"Well, Zamira, how does it feel to be a free woman?"
Not technically free, I'm still here.
Ah, yes.
But even if I was free, I have nowhere to go.
There's always somewhere to go. There's always something to do.
Not for me.
Maybe not yet. I will tell you, I think that your insight on this moment, your hunch about what has happened, it's a very smart and wise one.
I'm going to share this with you. I'm not blaming magic entirely, but when you use magic too much for what you want, there's always consequences. Yes, magic can be good. I mean, you are a magic person, so is...
Oh no, I don't use magic.
Oh, sorry, yeah, right, you use potions. But Hogan uses magic, and I don't take that into account to hate someone for it, but we have to realize there are consequences for what we do if it's used too much.
Whenever anyone has so much power,
exactly,
it innately gets used in a powerful way.
right.
And the people at the bottom of that power are generally pushed or shunned aside.
Yes.
My point being, if you feel you have no place to go, you can always join up with my good lad and I, Hogan, and help to fight the oppressive system that you were once incarcerated in. Keep your mind open about it.
She would smile and nod and not say anything and kind of like take that to heart, like, okay, maybe this is someone I could finally trust again.
He certainly seems to have helped you quite a bit so far.
Right.
Then he takes his 2 darts,
Oh.
he flips them over and he sticks them in his ears, and he falls asleep.
Did I hear all that?
you're sleeping.
I was laying there with my eyes closed. I wasn't sleeping. I heard my name. I smiled. My eyes were closed, and you said my name, and I just smiled. Just for you.
Ew. Smile.
So one by one, you drift off to sleep. And we'll pick this up in a couple of minutes.
Ah! I thought you were gonna say we level up.
No, of course not. Get us out of here. We'll be back in a couple of minutes. Everybody stick around.
Oh. We're still there.
Disclaimer, this is a completely unprepared, I didn't get any of the questions beforehand, so this is going to be great. This is going to be a really good interview, and I am going to say all the things. So I'm Crag, and my new character is Hogan Grayskull for Season 3 of Dragons and Things. Or am I Eric Raddick? Or Crag? I'm Eric. So I'm Eric Raddick, or Crag. Crag or Eric? What do you think? But now I'm Hogan Grayskull. So that's all in the past now. And now my new character is Hogan Grayskull for Dragons and Things Season 3. So I think I feel good about that. What can I tell you about Hogan Grayskull? So when figuring out the character for Dragons and Things Season 3, I wanted to get as far away from Crag as I could. So obviously clothes. As many clothes as I could put on my body. That is a big part of Hogan Grayskull. Also, trying to go complete opposite, which would be a magic user. So choosing a cleric, I think, was a big thing. I'm not going to go wizard. Nobody wants to be a wizard. Nobody likes wizards. They're annoying. Clerics are okay. I don't know, divine magic. So I chose that. What the hell? You mean, like, what the hell? Why not? I went with black. I feel like this season, from what I understand of the story of the season, it's going to be darker, if that's possible, because I feel like Dragons and Things is pretty dark. Jim puts us in a pretty dark world, but I feel like this season's a little darker. So I feel like, yeah, this guy's all dressed in black. He's going to be a very likable guy. I feel like my party members are really going to warm up to Hogan Grayskull pretty quickly. I mean, he's the cleric after all. He's going to be healing their asses. So they have to like him, right? And he's just there to help in any way he can. He's just there to help everybody out. I'm really bad at names. I'm really bad at naming characters. It's a difficult thing. I had to name 2 kids. It was one of the most difficult things I had to do in my life. I mean, you're giving a person their identity. So there was a name being thrown around now for most of this last season of Dragons and Things. When people found out it was the last season, Lucas Martinez was thrown around Hogan Grayskull. He's like, well, Eric's new character, Hogan Grayskull this, Hogan Grayskull that. And I was like, yeah, Hogan frickin' Grayskull. That's the name. So that's the name I went with. It's just easy. It was already there. And it's a pretty frickin' cool name, too. And in no way does it have anything to do with Hulk Hogan or He-Man. No way affiliated with those things at all. I'm Eric Raddick. And what do you want me to say? I'm Eric Raddick.
I'm Eric Raddick. You can catch me on Dragons and Things Fridays on Twitch.
All right. I'm Crag. I mean Eric Raddick. And you can catch me on Dragons and Things on Fridays on Twitch.
I am Jamie Mills, and in Season 3 of Dragons and Things, I will be playing Odalie. So Odalie is a halfling witch, and she has a familiar, a spider named Draven. Odalie's personality, she's not quite bubbly, but she enjoys playing tricks on people. That's how she makes her money, really. And I worry, everybody in our group is so serious and is combat oriented, and Odalie is just gonna be like, okay, have fun. And I have a feeling at some point somebody's going to probably confront her about being more there for them in combat, but we'll see how that goes. She does have halfling feet, but she wears shoes to hide them. A lot of her charm comes from the fact that she looks like a kid and that nobody really knows her true age, which she will never reveal. And I think for her, she always wears her hair in pigtails, and she really leans into that, so people like and trust her more, and she's able to get information or money or whatever she wants from them with that trust. So she's not quite the best of all people, but she's not upset about it. So on Dragons and Things, I've played Clarette, who was a half-elf bard, and Arissa, who is an Aasimar war priest, and I really wanted to play Odalie as a halfling witch because I think it would be really fun. Usually when you think about a witch, it's somebody older or outcast and ugly, deformed. Something is not right with them. And this is just a halfling who looks like a kid. And you would pass her on the street and think nothing of it. But she has been contacted by her patron, it passed through her family. And I think it's gonna be really fun to play with that weird idea that not all witches look the same, not all witches are the same. So Odalie is not native to Vantam. She came a couple of years ago and tried to kind of stake her fame, fortune here in Vantam, and she's done what her family has taught her, fortune telling, and she has kind of leaned into that, especially with some of the higher ups in the city, and she has a few clients that depend on her to go with them to speeches or meetings or help me with this day, and she does, and she makes things happen for them. But of course, she still takes clients, you know, in the middle and lower classes as well. But her main goal in Vantam would be to end up in the district with the academy and to end up with all of the academics and the knowledge and all of the books. She would die to be there, almost literally, and just to have more knowledge and know more than everyone else. And I think that is what really drew her to Vantam. Hi, I'm Jamie, and you can catch me on the DaT Network, Tuesdays on Twitch.
Hey guys, welcome back to Tabletop Treasures. I'm your host, Adam Kahn, and recently I received a phone call from Jamie here in Los Angeles asking me to come over and check out something pretty unique. I'm really excited to see what she's got for us today. Let's go check it out. Hey Jamie, how's it going?
Hi, great.
Adam, pleasure to meet you. So you called me, you told me you had something really cool to show me, is that right?
Yeah, I received these dice from my brother last winter as a gift, and I knew once I saw the quality and craftsmanship that I had to get them evaluated.
Have you asked them how much you paid for these?
No.
Well, you know what, why don't we go inside and take a closer look? Guys, wow, this is pretty awesome. It's a company called Tabletop Loot, and their website, tabletoploot.com, is where you can pick up a whole variety of amazing dice and gaming accessories.
That is fascinating.
Indeed, and you know what else? This company also donates dice to schools and to clubs all across the Americas. They give kids an opportunity to have material so they can play role-playing tabletop games.
Really? That is so sweet.
That's right, and check this out. If you look at the dice, you can see these vibrant, beautiful colors. This right here is called Pink Lemonade. And Tabletop Loot, they have a variety and dozens of different colors that you can choose from, and some are even said to be glow in the dark.
So, what would you say something like this is worth?
Well, depending on the materials that they're made out of and how much love goes into actually molding these dice, you could get a set just like this on the market today for $8 plus shipping.
That is so affordable. I could get each of my characters a set and some for my friends.
That's a fantastic idea. Make sure that you go to tabletoploot.com. Check out all the amazing different varieties of dice and gaming products that they have to offer.
Tabletop treasures may not be real, but tabletop loot definitely is. Get your own set of dice and some for your friends too at tabletoploot.com. And be sure to watch Dragons and Things every Friday night on Twitch.
Hi, I'm Megan Caves, and I am joining the Dragons and Things Season 3 cast, which I'm very excited about, and I will be playing Grace Holiday. So she is a fighter, and I went with her to be an archer. So she's kind of like, I don't know, I think if somebody looked at her, they'd be like, she's a ranger, isn't she? But no, she's a fighter. And she's kind of a mix between, in her fighting style, between Gimli and, Doc Holliday, very different fighters, but she likes to make it a contest and figure out how many people she can take out. So she's pretty quick. She's agile. She likes to be up like really high and then shoot people from far. She likes to snipe, basically. Yeah, I think that's probably the gist of how she fights. At least so far, who knows? Maybe it'll change as I start to play. I don't know how she's gonna fit in. I'm really fascinated by it. I think that she's, the way I sort of thought of her is being like a young Doc Holliday. So Doc Holliday, before he had the experience and charisma that he does, whenever you actually know about him. So I imagine her in the sense of also being kind of like Gimli. She goes in someplace, she just wants to go right through the door and say, here's how I'm gonna take you out. Whether or not it works that way or people respond to it is something else entirely. So I kind of want to think of her as like a brash, young person who's out to go and be a hero and adventurer and, is kind of stumbling along the way. And I think interacting with others, she's boisterous, she wants to gamble, she wants to drink, so she can kind of create problems or fun, however you want to look at that, really. I'm excited to see Grace Holiday in this world that Jim has created, because I really find a lot of fun in taking what someone has created and then figuring out how to kind of mingle with that. The thing I enjoy the most as a performer, as an RPG player, is working with the others. I like the dynamics and the relationships, whether it's with another player, whether it's with an NPC, or whether it's with the world that she's in. So in this instance, I've placed her as being from the city. And she has arcane tattoo. And so there's sort of this whole idea, without giving too much away, of the way the city works. The particular area she's from, there's a lot of kind of like magical sewage that's come down there. So my thought process is this particular tattoo, this thing that happened to her, came from that magical sewage. So she has chilling touch because of it. So it's kind of a plus, but it's also kind of a horrible negative, depending upon, how you go with it. So I'm really interested in that, and just kind of, the world he's created is insane. That kind of creation is nuts. So there's obviously a ton of things to plumb, which is exciting and terrifying because it's so huge. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm Megan Caves, and you can catch me on the DaT Network Tuesdays on Twitch.
Inappropriate sound is inappropriate. Don't let the action suffer from a lack of atmosphere. Let Sirenscape set the tone and bring your game to life. See? That's better. Journey to Sirenscape.com to download the app and make it the year of atmosphere at your table. And be sure to watch Dragons and Things every Friday at 6 p.m. Pacific on Twitch.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the second half of our Vantam Fridays. We are super excited to play the second half of our adventure.
Yes!
Before we dive back in, why don't we take a minute to talk to our sponsors?
Yeah!
Let's take a couple of minutes, 2 of them to be exact, and talk. Let's chat.
Cool.
Read some comments.
Brian Summer, has everyone noticed that the pattern on the drapes is eerily similar to the pattern on the carpet of the Overlook Hotel?
Good eye. Good eye.
Wandering Monster says, hope everyone has a backup character.
Yeah, did you guys bring up backups? 'Cause
I didn't.
had a lot of problems.
It's gonna be real bad.
Here's my backup character. I go home early. That's my backup character.
Dark Knight says, this craziness is what I needed tonight. Had a long, trying day at work, and this always makes it better.
Hey, that's why we're here. To make you feel better, Dark Knight.
I like it. The Real Post 98. Do we know roughly where the party is on the World Anvil map?
Under the sea.
Under the sea. Down where it's wetter.
We don't.
Darlene, it's better. Downward sweater.
Yes. Wow.
That wasn't the question, but
Wow.
in terms of do we know approximately, if you looked at the map of Vantam,
The Gulf, right?
So yeah, it's actually off the map because it's a mile off the coast at the bottom of the ocean. But at on the southern side of the map, if you go on World Anvil and take a look at this map of the city, you'll see there is the water. The Gulf of Soldan is right there, and basically off the map further south would be where the prison is, under the water.
The Rock.
The Rock.
We've got follows from Just Thorn, Sam Feld 16, and Mindflayer ENFL. Mindflayer ENFL.
Just
It could be in
Thorn? Do I
Florida.
know that person?
Thank you
Maybe.
guys.
That's amazing.
Thank you.
Also with some donations, we got a $10 donation from Major Lemons to Hogan with a mercy.
Hogan needs some mercy.
And Sarah BC1 coming in crazy. First off, she gave me a coin.
Oh!
So I'm Big Boss, so I got another hero coin.
Lucky.
Thank you.
Yay.
Well, Sarah BC1 is my bestie. And she decided to go crazy with another $75 to give us another Fate Surge.
Let's change it up!
Oh,
So
boy.
you guys, when you awaken in the morning, the slime has subsided. But what is in its place? Samira,
Me?
roll a d8 again.
Here we go. Fire up the dice cam. 4.
4. You all awaken the next morning to a tremendous blaring alarm
Great.
shattering through your skulls.
Oh no.
And it just keeps going and going and going. I need everybody to make a fortitude save.
Jim, I was already up. Is this messing with my mojo for the day?
It is messing with your mojo for the day.
And here we go.
I am going to use my edge, given to me from Major Lemons.
I'm at a 24, Jim.
24. Okay. Critical success. You're okay.
16.
16. That's a pass.
Okay.
All right, I'm rolling it up, fired up. Boo. It's a fortitude?
Yeah.
That's not. Oh, I could. Yeah, you know what? Because it's not gonna be. Yeah. I'm using my hero point.
Using a hero point for
I'm using a hero
reroll on
point,
that
man.
one.
I'm using a hero point. Going right back into it. Fired up. Come on. Better. Oh, so much better.
Oh!
So much better. 18.
18, a pass.
18.
19 passes
Do you
all
want-
around.
You gotta give that
I
coin.
gotta give the coin back.
That's your birdie,
Shade?
yeah.
All right, Shade.
Uh-oh.
Hero point!
Oh no, critical failure!
Your hero point!
I don't.
You don't. There is one in the middle of the table if you wanted to pull from the pool.
You should take it.
All right, I'll take
Can I
it.
get my hero point from Major Lemons?
Oh my god.
Why are you laughing, Jim? What happens when we pull from the pool?
Well, now I have a hero point.
I'm gonna add also one of my edges, so I'll use another
Ooh,
plus one.
stacking them up.
Oh my fucking god. 9 plus 4, 13.
Not gonna do it.
13. Even with all of your efforts in place. Shade is deafened.
Oh.
For
Oh,
who
no.
knows how long. He can't hear you. You can't command him to do anything. And he takes a -2 on any perception checks that rely on order, but you can't command him anyway. Like he's completely confused. Can't he can see, but he can't hear anything.
Why'd you use the table reroll?
The good news is the slime covering everything has dried up and just sort of withered away. Your bird can't hear.
It's all right. I just point to my hood and I just make him stay.
All right, yeah, he's just gonna stay with you. You can't use any of the command actions.
That's fine.
You hope that's the last time that happens, but it might happen sporadically throughout the day with this fate surge in place. I don't know.
So, if I was in the zone, in the morning, I'm up. I was up before you.
Yep.
You get up
I'm a very heavy sleeper.
after the blaring stuff. So I was just so focused that did it even break my concentration at all?
It did. You were
it did a little bit?
able to finish focusing on your spells for the day.
Nope.
It'd take another hour, but as you're sitting there recovering from all of this, a shadow crosses the doorway and you see Xenia just looking at you, and she's sort of like, I'm so sorry about that. Some weird magic surge. I don't know. There's everything in this place runs on magic, and with everything that's going on, well, hopefully that'll be the last time it happens. But I gotta be
I pull out the 2 darts that I had in my ear, and I go, huh?
Oh, did you get a bonus for those?
I don't know.
She says, well, if you're ready, I can take you to see Bradford. He'd really like to hear what happened and what you know, and we'd like to get a sense for what happened in the areas over from visitation and beyond. We need to have an account of the state of the prison. So if you're ready.
I'm ready. Ready?
You can go with them, or you could stay and finish your meditations. It's up to you.
Can he meditate while I carry him?
No. Absolutely not. I forbid it.
Yeah, so if you guys want any healing today, I need to go back to doing my thing.
Oh, yes, we must let the good lad
You do
his
your
work.
thing in private, my friend.
I just start up right away. My eyes, they go into the back of my head. I just start dancing around the room like crazy, and then I'm like spinning, my jacket's spinning.
I've seen him do this before, so I'm
so good.
And it's like, so.
Preston kind of bobs along with it.
Preston?
Is this siren doing that to him?
Yeah, this is how he gets...
Dancing in a spin.
Yeah, this is how he gets all of his spells. It's very interesting. I've studied it many times, but I will say that it's very quite interesting. And you kind of get to go along with it after a while.
Yeah.
And Toto's Africa is playing in my head.
Oh, yes, perfect.
A song that doesn't even exist in this world, but somehow.
It's in my
somehow
head.
it's being
It's in my head.
chanted
That's
into
what I
Hogan.
hear in my head.
So Xenia leads you three then to the cell block's guard station, a secure room where on any average day, SCOs watch over the block if they aren't patrolling the halls. Sitting at a desk at the station is a bald man with an impressive waxed mustache and a hard, stern gaze. His pressed uniform and shiny shoes seem to be in stubborn defiance of the chaos of your current circumstances. Sergeant Bradford, he says, sit down. Need a report on what you saw yesterday in the state of the prison from visitation onward. I understand that that's the area you came from. Slaps a notebook onto the desk and opens it, clearly intending for you to comply.
I slap my notebook on there and I open it.
He's got his pencil on the pad and they're just staring
I've got my
you
pencil
down.
on the pad too, and I'm staring. Yes, of course.
2 + 2 is 22.
That's not correct.
But you almost got him.
I was trying.
All right. Here's what we know so far. These 2 prisoners were released. They are free citizens of the world, and that needs to be jotted down in your book.
We already know that.
Good. Bully for you, good sir. So, then we were on our way up up through the portal when all of a sudden the world went to chaos around it. Now, the mirror over here has a very interesting idea about what has happened. Please, do speak your mind.
I think that my studies with the Verdant Circle...
All right, I'm going to stop you right there. I'm not interested in your theories from the Verdant Circle. What I need to know is, are there any supplies that you left behind, anything you can make use of, anything that's actually usable, not your weird theories about how magic is bad or
These
whatever?
are not weird theories! Do you not understand that magic is not always good?
It's fine, but do you not understand that we are in a very serious situation?
You are an ignorant person like most of you here.
I'm going to need you to calm down.
And my veins are starting to glow
I see
white.
that. I just put my hand on her shoulder.
They're starting to glow white. My eyes are starting to glaze as the more pissed off I get.
Yes, just
roll your eyes into the back of your head.
Calm down, ma'am.
Can't roll my eyes.
I need information on the state of the prison and things that we can verify.
Here is what.
Gather.
The portal is shut down.
See, now that's very useful information. Unfortunate, but useful.
Now,
we're going to need to keep that close to the chest. I don't want you telling anybody that they're trapped down here until we find a way to reactivate that portal.
Sorry, are you not allowing this man to talk? He's a free man!
Before the portal
You can talk now.
Thank you. Before the portal shut down, there's a small, what looked like a rip in time, and a small demon came out of it.
He doesn't
To
believe
take
in
care of it.
magic.
Is it still loose in the
It
prison?
is known as a closet. Not a closet, but a closet.
I buried it with my foot. Into the ground.
I commend you on that. You've certainly done us a service. Taking care of that.
We ended up saving Mackie.
Yes.
I heard about that. I wanted to congratulate you and thank you. Mackie's a good guy, and we're glad to have him on the force.
I will tell you to be careful about him.
Well, I trust Mackie explicitly.
Then I know
A lot of
bit
people
more about
like
you.
Mackie. Did Mackie do something untoward?
Well,
he broke his leg, that was all.
Mackie did tell us that we should steal things, so think about that.
No, he said to take things that would help us out. So we went through the locker room as well too. We made our way into the visitation room where there was a giant crack in the ceiling. We had to go down to the maintenance tunnels. But we made our way over into core number 2, fixed the crystal, put it back in its spot. And we were able to do the iron, what did you call it, a shkoom?
He's not here.
I'm still.
What did he call it? He
dancing.
called it a shkoom thing. That's what Mackie said it was.
The closing of the closing of the visitation area so that no water would leak into it.
The iron door.
The iron door. Yes. Well, I will
Very
tell you
impressive.
that one thing that we did not do is go through control room 1.
Or core 1.
Core 1.
Core
Yes.
1. We didn't
Well, I'll
check.
have some of my boys check it out. I'm very impressed with what you've been able to accomplish on your own. You guys are real go-getters.
Tell them to be careful though. When we were down in the maintenance tunnels, we got attacked by a giant lobster.
Oh yeah, reef claws.
Yes.
They usually don't get in here, but I guess some found its way in through the cracks after the tremors. Let me ask you a question. Is the reef claw deceased?
Yes, I have its
Do you
claws.
have its body? We could really use some food here at the camp, and something like that makes good eating for a lot of healthy adults.
I brought its claws with me.
That's excellent news if you would be willing to contribute that to the camp supplies. Well, that'd go a long way to ingratiating you with a lot of the other survivors.
Now, why don't you tell us your story then?
My story is I'm in charge here until somebody with a higher rank shows up. Right now, as I understand it, I am the person in the prison with the highest rank. And so I will be overseeing the survivor camp. Our current objectives are to ascertain the status of the prison, reactivate as many of the areas as we can, which you have admirably helped us do already, and to find some way to safely evacuate this place while maintaining order. To that point, I am impressed by your acumen, and I would like to bring you on as deputize you, if as a man in a manner of speaking. You see, we're gonna have a lot of prisoners coming in, and my boys are gonna need the methods of maintaining order. Now, I hear that the armory is flooding, but if you can get to it, and you can bring back some of the weapons and armor that are inside, that'll go a long way to making sure that my boys are supplied and ready to keep any prisoners that show up in line. That's what I need you to do.
Jim Jam.
Yes.
I am certain that I have had some study of information about Sergeant Bradford.
You're certain of that?
I would like to make
a society check.
some society check. I'm rolling, Chasmataz. 17 on the die plus my 7 gives me a 24.
Sure. You know that Sergeant Bradford is somebody who was certainly the role he's taken on now is above his pay grade, but he is
out of his element.
You know, at least he's always done his job admirably. There are no like incident reports that you ever found with his name on them. There's not a whole lot about him in the official record other than the fact that he's employed. He's been in service for close to 13 years now.
Information redacted. I got it.
No information redacted. Just no reports have been really filed about him. He's kept his nose clean and kept himself under the radar.
There was one more thing that happened in visitation as well.
What was that, son?
Well, we got a message, or an illusionary message from a woman saying that the warden here was dead.
Well, that's very interesting. Nobody's been over the administration wing yet. And hopefully, then, since you've been able to ensure the safety and and make the visitation area active, I can maybe send some of my people over to see if there are any survivors in the administrative wing who need our help. But unfortunately, I can't spare the manpower to make that happen right now. What I do need you to do is provide us with the supplies we need to ensure the safety and order of the camp. Can I count on you?
Yes.
And I suppose we're stuck
This will need to be done today and soon. Unfortunately, the armory is flooding and will be completely inaccessible in a matter of hours. So I need you at your best, and I need you to roll out as soon as you can.
I will do these things for you. But I do not work for you.
No, of course not. You are not at all in the employ of Shorebend Correctional or the Department of Safety in Vantam.
Then we're in agreement.
Excellent.
Autobots, roll out.
Hogan, my good lad, let's go!
Hogan, you finish your meditations. And as soon as you're done, you notice that there are 2 SCOs standing just outside the cell, and they're watching you, seemingly fascinated by all of this. And when you notice them noticing you, one of them straightens up and says, "Hey, that's a very interesting dance that you're doing. I hear that you came in from the direction of the portal yesterday. Visitation, yes?
That's
Somebody
right,
even made mention that you might have gone through the barracks, the locker rooms, yes?
That's right, brother. Yeah. Is there a problem?
Oh, no, of course not. Of course not. You know, there was one small thing that you may have come across in your time there that, well, you know, a buddy of mine. You see, he's got a fiancée up top. Keeps a locket with her picture in it. You know, he just... you know, if you found it in there, you recovered it, why, we'd be happy to give you some coin for it. Give it back to our friend. Or if, you know, the worst has come to pass, we could, of course, return it to his fiancée when we get to the surface. We just want to make sure that the locket's safe.
I did not personally go through any lockers, brother, so I don't believe I can help you.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it's lost. But if you've come across anything like that, any of your buddies have something, just let us know. Again, we're happy to pay for it. Yashar was a good friend of ours. We just want to make sure that, you know, his things are taken care of. It's a very it's a sentimental thing, you know.
Right.
Anyway, you have a pleasant day.
Yeah, how long were you watching me praise Riel there?
Oh, only a few minutes. Don't worry. We wanted to just let you finish. We didn't want to disturb the very important, ritual that you were doing.
Yeah, I was praising my god Riel.
Nah,
Are you familiar,
hey,
brother?
You know what? This is the time when you look to the gods, right?
Right.
Hey, you have a good one, huh? Both of them sort of turn, leaving you alone now.
Speaking of yesterday, Jim Jam.
Yes?
I have some orange powder in my possession and 2 empty transmutation vials. And I would like to do an Arcana check.
Now, it's a 10-minute process to sort of do all of that, so I would assume that you're probably not going to stay in
Not in his
Bradford's
office,
no. So as you're leaving the office, Xenia, who's been basically waiting right outside, sort of stops you. She says, hey, look, Bradford's gonna send you out, right?
Yeah.
And he wants you to go and get weapons, right?
Yes.
Listen, that's not what we need. That's not gonna help us survive. I know he insists that you're to keeping order and keeping the SCOs armed, but look, we've got sick people here. They were getting treatment before the tremors, and now we don't have medicine for them. Bradford's gonna be upset. But you gotta go to the medical ward. You've gotta go there instead.
Is that on the way?
No, it's not. It's on the opposite side of the prison.
Well, let me refer to my notes.
Do I walk
Sergeant
in and
Bradford,
find them?
out of his element. Xenia says no weapons, heal the sick instead, and it also says that I do not work for Sergeant Bradford. So, sounds like you've got a person that can help you out.
Well, look, it's so much smarter. Look, if Bradford gets mad, I'll deal with him. We'll say you got lost. We'll say that you picked up what supplies you could. I don't know. I'll come up with the excuses later, but just, look, these people need you, okay? We don't need more weapons here. We need medicine.
No, we don't. I've got enough weapons right here.
Sounds good.
All right.
Do I find everybody? Do I walk in on this?
Sure. I mean, at this point, I would imagine that if you are going down to find them, at the end of that conversation is when about you're walking up, ready to face the challenges of the day.
I feel most excellent right now.
Great.
So what are we doing?
We're going to find some medicine.
Yep.
The people need us first. Because all the prisoners are locked up, correct? The
They
ones that
currently
are
are. Yes.
the ones that are like
the only prisoners
violent.
that aren't locked up are the ones that are wounded and are in the triage center, or some of the sick are some of the prisoners, so they are also.
I agree.
But they're not. Nobody's really causing a threat. In fact, as you're looking at because there's the prisoners who are still locked up, but nobody's causing any kind of problem, and you realize that in this situation where they've been on lockdown, normally prisoners are allowed to lock the cell blocks, you are normally cooped up in the cell, 24/7. So, but obviously with all of the problems going on right now, they have been stuck in there the whole time, at least that you've been here, which is unusual. And nobody's causing any problems, and it does, you realize that 2 days ago that would have been you. You would have just been helpless in this cell while everybody else maybe figures this out for you or not. They're completely helpless in this situation.
To the infirmary, then.
Yes.
If you're going to go to the infirmary, you need to take the door, go up the stairs. She points to us. Says, go up the stairs, take that door over there. That'll take you to the infirmary, okay?
Yes.
Don't tell anybody that you're going over there, because if it gets to Bradford, he'll try to redirect you or stop you or make a big scene about it.
Who's
We'll never
Bradford?
get anything done.
He's a man that's out of his element.
We talked with Bradford.
Right.
You were doing your dancing.
He tried to deputize me.
Praising.
Praise dancing, yes.
Praise dancing.
Praise
Concentrating.
All right.
It's not dancing.
To the infirmary.
Yes, to the infirmary we shall go.
To the infirmary, all right. So, deciding that you'll take the more noble path, perhaps, you decide to head up the stairs and out of the cell block through the northeastern door.
I'm gonna stay towards the back of the group, just kind of making sure that nobody's like really paying any mind to us.
Okay. I'm going to...
You know what you do notice? Over near where your cells are, not in your cells, not even like, but just watching you, you catch sight of two SCOs. And they're both looking up at you crossing the catwalk to the door. You recognize one of them. Because this is the guy that you have had a lot of problems with in your 5-year stint. It's Piker. And he's just watching you. And he's got this little smile on his face, and he sees you see him. Doesn't do anything, but there's just that moment where your eyes meet. He's still got that horrible little grin on his face. And then you hear a sound from one of the cells immediately to your right. Samira! Hey, Samira!
And I peek in.
You peek in, and you see a young half-elf that you recognize. She has a shaved head, and she's covered in these vine tattoos. And it's somebody that you know from Verdant Circle. She's a relatively new member, and she's wearing a jumpsuit, like she's clearly a prisoner here.
Mm-hmm.
She says, hey, psst, stop, come here.
What? Do I know she's in here? Did I know
You
she
did
was
not.
in here?
No, this must be new.
Okay. What are you doing?
She seems... the first person that you've seen since all of this went down, she seems excited. And you don't think it's about you, because, like, you knew her.
Yeah.
But it wasn't, like, your best friend or anything. She's like, yeah, listen, did you see all this? It's finally happening.
I know. No one believes me.
No, what we did is finally gonna make a change. You were right. You were right. When you said that we needed to act big, people didn't want to listen. But now, I mean, we've got it. Listen, I need your help, okay? If you find a sigil for the cells, get it to me, okay? Don't let anybody else know. I need a knife. I need a sigil. Can you do that?
What do you know? Why do you need all of that?
Because our work's not done, Samira. There's a lot more to do. This was just first step.
No, but
if we're gonna make major changes...
No, I don't think... I know I agreed that we should have done something, but not this big. There's people's lives in danger.
Don't worry about it. Listen. Just get me what I need, okay? Please. We're sisters. We're in this together.
What?
I just need a knife. I need a sigil. Don't let anybody else know.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll turn around.
Yeah.
But just know that, like, my face is like, what? Like, oh my gosh, did I really just create, like, catastrophe? Is this all my fault now? Now she's like, oh God, what am I doing?
Yeah.
What is her name, by the way?
You know, is Nadia? Yeah, she's one of the newer members of Verdant Circle. She was one of the people, she was never like a big agitator in Verdant Circle. You know, there's sort of two camps in that organization. One camp has operated in the city for a very long time. Advocating for the use, for less use of magic, trying to reduce the amount of magical sort of manipulation of the environment that it was occurring, trying to reestablish natural growth and a natural environment in and around the city of Vantam and in Thasphere as a whole. And there was another faction that had popped up in the last few years who began agitating, saying like, look, our efforts at convincing people are not working. And they began sort of suggesting more and more direct action, most of it violent.
Right.
And it was sort of a thing where there's sort of a schism now in this group. And so far, all of the agitators have been sort of shouted down, but now you're starting to worry that maybe something has happened.
Something's going wrong.
Something that maybe somebody went beyond more than talk.
Terrorism.
The entire time, Preston's over here just going.
I'm gonna roll to see how terrible of a person she is. It's a 13
Me?
plus 20 is a 33 for terrible person.
It's your fault.
Who saw that? Because he was hanging back. Did he see
No,
that go down?
I'm assuming that probably happened when I was.
Yeah, I assume that unless you have a specific reason to have been watching her like a hawk, you would probably not really have picked up on any of that.
I would have been thinking about Piker.
Yeah.
So
Sure.
I think that while that's all happening,
Yeah.
I am discussing with Hogan the case of the sick people. For about a minute.
Oh God, are you on the case now because you've made an
And
elaborate?
I am taking the case.
The case of the sick people. Okay. Yes. You can get your on the case bonus.
Do you have it?
because of
Did
your
you write the
ridiculous justification?
Oh, he wrote it. He wrote it down. He wrote the case of the sick people.
Yeah.
He wrote it down.
He wrote it down.
Oh, and Jim, I am no longer fatigued weighted.
No longer. Yeah, you rested.
That's
So you're no
fine.
longer fatigued. Yes.
No fatigue weighted.
And while he's telling me about the sick people,
So, did you take anything out of the lockers?
No, but I mean, what Mackie told us to take the things out of the lockers, then yes, I did take a few things out of them, all alchemical in nature, so that I can study them, of course.
Yeah, right. I got the bottle of lightning from.
Yep.
Yeah, I got that. A couple of guards came up to me and asked me about a locket.
Are you using that bottle of lightning?
Did you take a locket?
Are you using that bottle of lightning?
It's a replacement for my bottle of lightning, brother. You can mix up your own bottle of lightning.
Touche. That was some good lawyering right there. Yes, of course, I did.
You actually overhear a little bit of this discussion, particularly how Hogan is mentioning the locket. The only reason that strikes you is because you happen to know that you have a locket.
I know right where that locket is.
You know exactly what he's
does
talking
he feel it in his mind like it
And
weighs
when
heavy?
he's talking, what you notice is as he's talking about being approached by two of the guards, he sort of motions with his head, and you realize he's motioning over to where Piker and his buddy are standing. And they're still just kind of looking at you guys walk across. They haven't done anything. They haven't moved. They haven't, done anything. But at least there might be something going on here. Not quite sure what. But you know that if Piker's involved, it's probably not good.
I hate that guy. I'm gonna stay quiet.
Sure. Yeah, no, of course. Keep it under wraps for now.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't have the locket then?
No, I don't have any locket.
Because they were offering. They said they would pay gold, or they would give money for it, or give it to their friend, but you.
I don't have it. But if they wish to exchange goods, perhaps that they would be interested in the orange alchemical.
I kind of glance, because I know he's been digging through the lockers. So I'm like talking to him and
Let me refer to my notes.
look at him.
No, yes, find out if...
No, that's fine. That's
That's
totally fine, brother. Totally fine. So about these sick people.
Yes, sick people, yes.
Sick.
So you guys are walking and talking at this point, and you make your way deeper into the prison. You can see that there are some sections that seemed untouched by the tremors, and others that show extensive signs of damage. Occasionally, you come across puddles fed by water dripping from the ceiling. You have to force yourself not to think about the crushing weight of the water that would surely kill you all in an instant if the corridor were truly breached. You have to hope that the magic that sustains this place can keep the structure together long enough for you to find some way out. And as you're walking a little bit deeper, suddenly, the light goes a little bit red, and you hear this brrrt, 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 and everybody needs to make another fortitude save. It's being deafened by the alarms. Thanks to a fate surge.
I'm gonna use an edge.
An edge.
Going to use...
I'm good. 26.
My dice.
Critical success.
Here we are! Yes! Oh, that's 17.
All
Success.
right, fired up the dice cam. Ooh, yeah. Fortitude.
Success.
19.
Yeah. Success. Mira.
19 plus 1, 20 plus my 6, 26.
26. Now, Shade is
then the bird.
already deafened.
Oh, okay.
So it can't get much worse for him. He's fine. He's already deafened.
Okay.
We're looking back at Mackie, and he's like, ah!
I
Mackie
can't
is
hear!
not with you. Mackie had to stay back.
Oh,
He's
what a
back
shame.
at the.
I feel a weight
What
off
a
my
shame.
shoulders right now.
Yeah. Shortly after that, you sort of, regain a sense of composure. You soon come to a section of hallway that is collapsed, totally blocking your way forward. However, there are alternate corridors that might serve your needs. One is a restricted section you don't normally have access to, but the door is damaged, and you could probably pry it open and slip through the gap. The other is a hallway that you know, because you two have been down here before, leads to a laundry room, but should also offer access to the infirmary that you're trying to reach. You can either go through restricted access or through the laundry room, but you can't go forward.
Restricted access?
Yeah.
Unfamiliar corridors. You guys have never been allowed down there.
Restricted access is pretty much the best door we can go through, brother.
All right, well, now please present your argument.
You're never allowed to go in there.
Correct.
Under normal circumstances.
Correct.
No, wait a minute. Do you remember when we tried to go through the one locker rooms at first and that alarm went off and we got attacked by copper cops?
Do we see a sigil thing here? Is there a sigil
There
thing?
is, yes.
And there's still
I-
more cops
I
everywhere.
take out the sigil and see if it
You
matches
can see
up.
like the door, like the sigil marker on the door is not the
same.
same as the maintenance sigil that you have. It must be different.
I will tell you all a few things. First of all, we have been told to come up into this area, if not by the first person in charge, by the second person in charge. Therefore, legality of the situation refers to us that we get to the infirmary in whatever way that we necessarily need to. I think either door would be a good choice. Which way would get us there faster?
Well, I mean, we could definitely say this way goes down to the laundry room, and pretty sure it goes to the infirmary. This way, we've never been this direction either. Who knows what we would run into?
Restricted access door is broken, though.
It is, yes.
Yeah, but you see here, the door's a little broken. Wouldn't the copper cops come out already? It's open already. And copper cops are kind of fun.
No, they're not. They hold you down. They don't let you go. No, it's not a pleasure thing. No.
They have electricity.
They're not the only ones that have electricity.
The other thing, you two were both wrongly incarcerated. I would very much like to know why.
You and me both.
So-
Restricted access, I think it is.
Just be on our guards.
It's time to do some
Investigation.
investigation.
Sorry, I couldn't do it.
So you're going through the restricted access door?
How are we going to break the
Okay.
door down?
You don't have to really break it down. No, this is actually fairly easy to slip through. And it leads you into sort of a maze of administrative offices that you've never been in before because you've never been allowed down in these corridors. Many of the offices are closed and dark, but one further on you notice the door is open, just a crack. And there's a flickering light inside.
Yes, Jim Jam. But what do I see?
Nothing else.
No, but
reports.
it's a thing.
There's nothing else that is interesting.
Jim Jam.
There just isn't.
I'll sneak up to the door then.
So
Make a
exciting.
stealthy check. Stealthy stealth.
All of us or just him?
Just him. If you nobody else is stealthing, then
11 on the
wait,
die
behind a bit.
plus 6, so 17.
17. Get up to the door. Look at it. It's open, just a crack. You almost immediately notice that there is a body inside. A pair of them, covered in what must be their own blood. They are covered in huge bruises and appear to have been bludgeoned to death, maybe? One of them wears an SCO uniform. The other has a prisoner's uniform on. What do you do?
I noticed it first.
You didn't go up.
That's all I can see through the door.
Well, through the crack in the door, you
Just
just see
crack in the
two
door?
bodies in there. You don't see the rest of the
I would just put my hand out for them to just wait.
Okay.
And I want to try to just open the door.
So you guys are about 20 feet behind him. He sneaks up. He motions for you all to wait. You open the door. You can see the office. It appears to be in total disarray. Like there was some kind of maybe struggle here or something. You can see that there are these like pock marks in the wall where something must have struck, and actually like there's something like embedded in the walls in a few places, like these weird darts, like metal balls that are just like sunk into the wall.
There's gunslingers here in this world.
And as you're looking over this and sort of examining the room, you hear the sharp metal click of mechanical legs against the floor, and from around the overturned desk, you see a copper cop regarding you with cold metal eyes. Its pincer arm is already covered in blood, which is spattered across its metal frame as well. The bodies on the floor have got to be because of this thing's actions. Alleged crime detected. Murder, murder, murder. And then you see these two panels on its back open up, and two of these weird little like copter balls pop up, and they have this like nozzle on the front. And you know what these things are as well. You've heard of them. They're known as whirly snitches. They turn to fire on you. Roll initiative.
Oh no!
This was the correct door, ladies and gentlemen.
Because I was stealthing, would I use stealth for my initiative?
You are using stealth for initiative.
Also, Bit Boss Battle Boss was Major Lemons giving 1 to Hogan.
Man, Major
Hogan,
Lemons.
and then $10 was donated from Sarah BC1. Preston needs mercy.
Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
So, what are we looking at for Zamira?
Oh boy. I was caught off guard. So 4 plus, well, jeez.
There's 2 gyms?
Brain
Wait.
fart.
There are 2 gyms. Yeah. What was that?
Brain fart.
Okay.
Where's...
What's on the die?
5. Okay, 9.
9?
9. 4 plus 5, 9.
Okay. 9. 9 it is.
9.
You did it.
9.
Thorn.
Using some stealthiness, I was ready for this. 24.
4.
Wow. Good thing you were up there first.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20 for all
Dirty
Presties.
20.
Presty dumps.
Presty dumps. What?
I was so excited with being in a restricted access room and looking around.
Hey.
And I rolled a 1.
Oh no.
So 7, Jim.
Oh no.
But I'm way at the back.
Yeah, I was in the back.
I'm way
You
at the
guys
back.
are way in the back. Thorn, you are first to go. What do you do?
So I just see the one right there. I'm gonna run into it, and I'm
Just rush it. You guys looking ahead. Suddenly, Thorn just charges into this office. You don't know what's going on up there,
Oh, God.
But I like it.
I'm gonna rush in, and I'm
One
gonna
action.
jump in for one with a Superman punch right to its eyeball.
Superman punch.
Yep. Let's say 16.
16 is a hit.
Cool. It's gonna be 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Again, there's like you just striking metal. Your fist dents into it, but it's not nearly as powerful.
Once I hit it from there, then I want to. Oh man. I want to come in, Superman punch it, and then I want to try to flip on the backside of it.
Okay.
And try to like grab onto one of these things and try to like tweak it and rip it off.
Do a tweak and rip.
Tweak and rip.
Tweak and
Tweak
rip.
and rip.
Hashtag
Tweak and rip.
tweak and rip.
Tweak and rip.
Oh no.
Oh
no, my friend, that didn't work.
Tweaks
You try
and-
to just grab onto this pincher arm, but it's covered in blood, and your hand, like you can't get a grip on it, and it's just, yeah, you
Punch
just,
myself in the face.
Then you're just like covered in these its other victim's blood,
Ugh.
and then these 2 whirly snitches finish turning towards you, and you hear thump, thump, as 2 round metal beads just come whipping at you from 2 directions. Ooh, the first one misses wide. Your weird like flippy move throws it completely off balance, but the other one, my friend, that's gonna hit armor class 24.
Ooh, that's it.
Alrighty, so you are going to take. It's not a critical, right? You're not.
No.
Okay, so you
I'm
do
not that
take
low, Jim.
2 points of damage. And as you like look over at this thing, like your eyes snap to it, and suddenly there's this intensely bright flash of strobing lights, and I need you to make a fortitude save.
Fortitude. Oh, I got 2. I'm gonna burn one.
Oh, here comes
Burn the hero points. We're going again.
Oh,
Oh no!
Burn the next one!
Did you have two hero
I got him. Burn another one.
Hero points all around.
We got one more, Chad. Stay in that box for me.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Hero
You
point.
managed to like close your eyes real quick as it tries to blind you with this strobe for its second action. Actually, there was 2 actions to use its strobe light, so it has no more. However, the other one also attempts to strobe you. And I need another fortitude save.
No!
Please.
I think I have it.
You have one edge, yeah.
Yeah, I've got one edge. I'm gonna use my edge.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Plus fortitude, so that's a 14 plus fortitude 6, dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Not a critical success like your previous one, so you are dazzled.
Okay.
Dazzled means you have to make a flat check of 5 or greater in order to hit anything. Otherwise, you like lose your action because you can't. Your vision gets all blurred.
Okay.
So you are dazzled currently, but you're not blinded, which is a much worse condition. Preston, you hear like, doo doo, and you can hear now this like, and clink 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 of metal. You know something's going on in there.
Something horrible has happened.
What do you do?
Come on, Hogan, my good lad! And I'll rush over to the front.
What about me?
But he's Hogan, my good lad. All right, and I'll look in the room, and I'll see that Thorn is in a dire situation.
Oh, yes.
So I go, oh, Thorn! Drink this, it'll help!
Oh, dear.
Can you just
Yeah, I
throw
was gonna say.
answers at people, or do you have to give them to them?
Well, I'm tossing it at him.
Okay, so then I guess the question is, does he catch it?
Yes, that is a good question.
Do I have to wait for my turn?
Make a reflex save, I guess, to try to catch this, since he's decided to throw it at you.
Okay. Reflex save?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, 18 on the die, plus 8.
So
26.
somehow, like, there's just this violence.
Yeah,
You catch it.
Nice.
It'll take an action if you want to consume it, but you do have it in hand now.
Cool.
So that was 3 actions.
That was
right?
3 actions.
3 actions. That takes us to the Copper Cop's turn, and it just tries to clamp this pincher around your waist and squeeze the life out of you. So first, probably isn't going to get you with a 13 against your athletics DC, which is 10 plus your athletics score, which is insufficient. You're much better at athletics than that. So it tries to get you, but you dance back out of the way. It's going to try one more time, but this is also an attack action, so it's going to take that penalty to trying to do it. Yeah, it's just trying ting ting ting. You're just dancing around.
I'm thinking about what Hogan was kind of doing earlier with his dance, and I'm like, oh yeah, that works. That works. Okay.
So then it just tries to there's this loud, intense blare from somewhere inside it that comes blasting out, and it just tries to intimidate you with its alarm, which sometimes also summons other Copper Cops in the area.
Oh boy.
If they hear it. And with a natural 20, dazzled, off balance, then this and you are frightened 1 currently.
But he does have a potion.
He does have a potion in his hand though. Frightened 1, dazzled, but unharmed except for 1 blow from the whirly snitch, and then Zamira.
Yes.
You're up.
All right. I hear it. I see them go forward. I'm gonna rush in forward too.
You rush up. You can get to the doorway where you'd be right behind Preston with 1 move.
Can I
see that?
Push them out of the way?
Yeah, you can move into the room after that. Yeah,
I'll move
you move
into
the
the
room. That's
room.
2 moves.
Can I move? And then, oh yeah, I gotta draw my swords. And I
Draw
draw
your
my
swords
swords.
is 3
There.
moves.
I'll be ready for the
So
next.
you're ready next to Thorn, ready to back him up.
You see that, Hogan? She shoved me.
Hogan, it's your turn. Do you want to kill Zamira for shoving your friend Preston?
Yeah, I move up and bump into everybody.
Yeah.
And what do I see?
You're now behind Preston, and you can see there are 2 of these weird little copter bots that are apparently firing hard metal pellets right at Thorn. And then there's another one of these, but it's like covered in blood, obviously not its own, a Copper Cop that is trying to snatch at your friends.
All right, so... Oh, no, I can't do that. What's... Lightning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just looking around. Bottle of lightning.
Pull
the bottle of lightning.
I love it.
throw it. Give it a nice little throw over
Toss.
people.
I see it coming. I just go again.
If you hit, so if you hit any of these creatures you hit, it's going to get splash damage. If you target the Copper Cop,
yes,
you can get everybody in the splash damage, including both of the Whirly Snitches.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
Go ahead and make that
maximum damage. Fire up that dice cam.
It's all right. I got it.
Wow, cragged that one. So that's a 5.
A 5. Insufficient.
I hit Samira.
I need you to roll a d8.
Oh boy.
Roll a d8.
Where it lands.
I know how this works.
4.
4. So go 2, 3, 4. It actually lands behind your enemies, explodes. There's this burst of electrical energy that actually catches one of the Whirly Snitches and the Copper Cop. They both take 1 point of electricity damage, though you don't get the direct hit that you were hoping for. Thorn, what do you do?
I got that, but there's a lot of stuff happening right now, so I'm gonna uncork and drink really quick.
He's drinking.
I'm gonna put this underneath the dice cam, so it's gonna be new for everybody. Chaz, let's see that dice cam. Ready? Here we go.
Bully for you! So, you drink it. All of a sudden, claws pop out of your hands, and you get a jaw.
Ew.
My tusks get bigger?
Yes, and now you have a +1 to your athletics checks and your unarmed strikes. But not only that, you gain a claw attack. That's an agile weapon for 1d4, and you also gain a jaw bite attack for 1d6.
That's
minus 1 to your AC and -2 to reflex saves.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, jeez.
Okay. So +1 to my unarmed, jaw attack, claw attack, -1 to my AC, minus
down?
-2 to my reflex save.
Bully for you.
So you look at Thor and his tusks just kind of go. And then I'm gonna reach down. I'm gonna flurry of blows.
Sure.
With a couple claws right into the
You get a +1 bonus to this because of the
+1. So the first
mutagen.
one,
Nice.
awesome. 17 + 1 is 18 + 7 more 25.
25 is a critical hit.
Oh, yes.
So that's gonna be 3 + 5, 8 + 8, 16.
16 points of damage. You just destroy the whole front end of this Copper Cop as it's trying to catch you and its pincher claw. You just rip.
My claws are better!
Yeah, you've killed it.
You said there was another one?
There's 2 Whirly Snitches that are just hovering in the air real close.
So, okay, so I did flurry of blows on that.
You know
and I
what?
hit.
Before we actually kill this creature, I need you to roll a flat check, DC 5, because this may not have happened.
Oh,
As rare.
Oh.
Just a DC 5, right?
DC 5. 5 on the die. 5 on the die or higher. Okay. No bonuses.
19.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so that's good. Okay, so it is dead.
Cool.
Okay.
If you want to target a creature, you can, but that again, that requires a DC 5 flat check.
Okay. I'm guessing I probably would have lost that flurry of blows though, since I went flurry of blows to hit, and I killed the one creature.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. I'm gonna turn around, just look at the thing. I'm gonna try to bite it.
Now remember, you're also frightened, so actually the +1 bonus that he's giving you would cancel out to your regular bonus.
Cool. Okay. So this is my second attack, essentially. Then.
Yes, second attack.
All right. No, it's only gonna be a 9.
A 9. So you lunge out with your jaw wide, trying to crunch this thing in your distended teeth, but it's very agile.
Bite it again!
Goes all the way around.
Can't bite it anymore.
We're not.
That was a fantastic save. It is now this creature's, or just now the Whirly Snitch's turn. They are both going to sort of disperse about the room to opposite sides so that you guys can't just gang up on them.
Oh.
And their one is going to fire at you. It's just going to turn towards you and fire a pellet.
And then, sorry.
That probably got you with a 23.
Michael Jordan's a thing. Yeah, for sure.
End of my turn, frightened will go away though, right? Because I was frightened
Yes,
one.
because when you're frightened 1, it reduces at the end of the turn. So that is going to be 3 points of bludgeoning damage against you, my friend. Okay. And then the other one is that you tried to bite is going to try to get you.
Right back at me again?
Probably not with a 15, though.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think so. Also, you're no longer dazzled. Since you made your save, the dazzled only lasts for 1 round. So awesome. 1 round of dazzled, you're no longer dazzled, you're no longer frightened. I no longer have actions, so it's Preston's turn.
Preston looks at this one whirly thing that just shot at Hogan and goes, "Did you just try to shoot at my good lad?" And he just runs into the room and he's got this gauntlet on his arm and he just takes the gauntlet and just punches it.
Tries to punch it.
Yes. All right, yeah, maybe 16.
16's a hit.
Yeah!
Yeah, you punch this thing right out of the air.
So with bludgeoning, that is 1d4 plus my strength.
Hey.
So 3 points of damage.
Now this is non-lethal damage because you are.
Is it my no?
It should be if you
It's a
unless you
gauntlet.
have what's that?
It's a gauntlet.
It's an actual
It's
item.
a gauntlet.
Okay, you have an actual thing that it does it.
Yes.
Does it say that it turns your unarmed damage into lethal?
It is not written on here.
Usually that's the
it's
case.
Agile
so.
freehand.
Okay, sure. We'll roll with that. That's fine.
Okay, so
you
3
just
points.
crunch into this thing, and you deal some damage.
Yeah, and I'm angry about it.
Sure.
So
you do technically have 1 more action.
I'm punching again.
Punching again.
Missing. Very bad.
Yeah, you punch it, and it.
Look, Hogan, I got it! Once again!
Then you
flew away!
Completely. Zamira,
I want to go up to it and strike at it.
the one that Preston is fighting? Or the
Whichever
other
one is it, where's the other one at? Far-
They've basically gone to 2 opposite corners of the room to spread out a little bit.
Can I go to the other one then?
Yeah, go to the other one, sure. You walk over there, that's 1 action. You've got your swords drawn already, so you are ready to go.
Here we go. First attack. 12 plus my 6. 18?
16 is going to do it.
Yes.
That is a strike.
5 points damage.
5 points of damage. I wonder if you would have done a little bit more if you were hunting it. Anyway. So you just crunch your sword into this thing's metal body, and most of it crumples inward. It's still able to remain aloft, but you can tell you've badly damaged it. What do you do now?
I'm gonna hunt prey.
Oh, you're gonna hunt prey.
Use our next time. Yeah, I think it's an action.
Yeah, it's 1 action to hunt prey.
Yeah, it's 1 action, so I will wait for my next round.
Waiting for your next round.
I forgot.
Hogan Grayskull.
I'm looking. Now these things have moved out.
Yeah, they sort of dispersed
How
to
far?
avoid being a clump. I mean, there's only like 25 feet between them.
Take up my holy symbol.
Yeah?
I stretch my arms out. Negative energy
Ew.
harms everyone
What?
in a 30-foot radius.
Don't worry about it. It happens all the time.
Oh, goodness. You're all going to have to make basic fortitude saves. Oh, no.
Oh, a natural 1. I'm going to use this coin for you.
Oh, gosh, yeah, use that.
I'm gonna give that coin to you.
Oh, it's lost in between the table.
Oh, I got it. No worries.
Okay.
All right, here we go again. Natural 20.
Yeah,
Hey, one end of the extreme to the other. You actually take no damage. With the nat 20.
That's a nat 20 for me too.
Critical success, no damage. Samira, how are you doing?
11.
Oh, is that a save against your spell DC?
No.
That's a failure.
It's
You're
not.
going to take full
You
damage.
needed a 16.
16 points of damage?
No, you needed a 16.
Oh, I thought you were.
I'm knocked down.
She gets up again.
Is it auto damage, or do I need to
You
roll?
deal 1d8
D8
plus your your spell casting.
Yes.
modifier.
So 1d8 plus 3. So, are you ready for this?
I guess so.
Fire up the dice cam.
Don't worry, I'll heal you.
10 points of damage.
I got 0.
Girl! But what are the whirly things doing?
Well, the whirly snitches.
I'm down.
Mechanical creatures don't seem to be affected by the necromancy of your negative energy.
Should I roll for my bird? For shade?
Yeah, your bird does need to roll
Okay,
a fortitude
shade.
fortitude save. Yeah.
Shade.
I hate you.
Zamira does not like Hogan.
Doesn't like magic.
11.
That is also a fail. He takes 10 points of negative energy damage.
So he's at 1.
1 hit point.
Death!
No.
He's different!
Excellent turn, Hogan. It is Thorn's turn.
Who needs monsters when you have us?
You see Zamira go down, just like bleed, like wounds. Her skin just turns necrotic and gets ripping open, blood flowing all over her as this weird wave of gray, black energy just flows over the room. You resisted entirely.
Yeah.
He resisted entirely. Zamira, not so lucky.
Well, these things are still up.
Yeah.
I can't let more damage happen, so I'm gonna run over to one.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to grab it in my hand. How big is it? Can I just grab it?
You can
palm
grab it. That's just an athletics check
Okay.
or
And
an
go
attack roll, whichever you like better.
I'll go. You said athletics?
Yes.
It doesn't matter. They're both at a +7. I'll do athletics.
Okay.
Try
So
to
this
grab
is
it.
against its reflex DC.
That's a 19 on the die, Jim.
Oh yeah, you just snatch this thing up and it's just
Yeah, and then I just want to take it and
smash
With
it
your
with
claws?
your other hand.
Or with your fist?
No, with my fists.
Oh, right.
I'm gonna go fist.
You
on
should
that
just
one.
bite it. Eat it. Take a bite out of it like an
I'm gonna
apple.
punch it first.
Sure, I got you. This is an attack action.
yeah.
Or the first one is an attack action, grabbing it. So this is also an attack.
That is a 13.
Plus your one from your unarmed strike.
It's flat-footed.
Oh, 14.
14. Because it's flat-footed, because you have it grabbed. That's a success.
Cool. Nice. 10 points.
You just smash it, and it just it falls apart in your hand, crumbles into nothing.
That's all 3 actions. I moved,
All
I
3
grabbed,
actions.
smashed.
It is this other one's turn. It's right next to you, Presty Dumps, and it's just like
Presty Dumps!
tries to blast you right in the face with this metal pellet.
No!
Probably got you, because that's a 21. So you take 3 points of bludgeoning damage, and it is going to try to attack you again. It's got no other actions that it can do. Probably not, because that's a 10 even.
No.
10's not going to get you. So then it's just going to fly over to one of the unoccupied corners of the room and just hover there with its third action. Zamira.
I'm dying. I guess I'm at dying 1.
I have
It's dying 1.
I have not had my action
Press.
yet.
Oh, yeah, we got
You couldn't see me over the top of the other...
That's true. I overlooked you because, yeah.
Zamira!
I'm...
My good lass!
She's down.
Run over. And I pour it down her throat.
Okay.
Oh,
Here we go.
Fire up that dice cam.
this is.
Dice cam for Diana. Yeah, put it under that dice cam.
Here we
What
go.
got?
Oh!
There's a bullet for you! Alright, so yes, you get an elixir of life! Whoo! That I actually was very afraid of that! You gain 5 hit points, and you get +1 versus disease and poison for 10 minutes.
Great.
Just so that the viewers know, that could have gone very poorly!
Not bully.
Poorly.
Zamira, it is your turn.
I'm up.
You are awake now. But you're badly hurt. Wounded 1.
I'm going to back away. And then I'm going to, my second action, I'll put my swords back into my sheaths,
Okay.
and then I'll probably grab my bow from far away and try and fight from far away.
Gotcha. So Hogan, that takes us to your action.
Stop! No! No.
I walk up to her
Oh, God. Mad at you.
and I touch her.
Don't touch
My
me.
hand glows.
No.
I heal you.
It's an action to get up to her, so you can use the
two
remaining
action to
actions.
give
so
the
2 action
two-
heal. That'll actually be
2d8,
2d8 plus
2d8.
8.
which is a really good heal. So you won't be so mad at me,
Okay.
right?
Can you
Yeah,
heal
this should
Shade?
actually,
Can you heal my birdie as well?
This is.
I could give it a potion.
Fire it up. Wow, you got a lot.
Oh, yeah, you're doing a lot better.
14, 2d8 plus 8?
Yeah.
14 plus 8, 22.
Or sorry, no, it just...
I'm at full health.
2d8.
Wrong, but it
Just
doesn't
2d8?
It's fine. No, actually, it's 1d8, but it's plus an additional 8 on top. Because normally it's 1d8, then it's 1d8 plus 8, then it's... it doesn't matter. So just, you rolled, 8 plus 8, which gives you 16 hit points.
6.
You had an 8 on there.
It was an 8 and a 6.
Yeah. Well, I'll give you the 8 because I screwed up how the spell works.
That would have been my primary magical die that I was rolling.
I screwed up how the spell works. I'll give you the full amount, but that does give you 16 hit points.
I'm back to full, but I'm still
Back to
wounded
maximum.
1, right?
Because you've been magically healed to your full hit points, you actually lose the wounded condition.
Ooh.
Yes! Magically heal to your
Magic.
full hit points, you can remove the
Thank
wounded
you.
condition. So not only does he heal you, but he helps you out on top of it. He
It was a
undoes
team
all
effort.
of the damage he did to you.
I know, right? Jeez.
After that, we go to Thorn. There's one of these creatures left.
I've got this broken one in my hand. I want to see if I can look at the other one. I just want to chuck
Launch,
this thing.
sure, I love it. Launch it right at it. Make a ranged attack.
Oh!
19 on the die plus 4.
We'll call it 1d4 plus your strength modifier
Plus my
damage
strength?
because it's a
Okay.
propulsive weapon.
2 plus 4 is 6 damage.
6 points of damage. This thing smashes into and it gets caught up in the spinning rotor, and the whole thing just starts sparking and just drops to the ground. And it's trying, like, for a moment, it's trying to like get back up into the air, but it just can't. It's completely smashed and destroyed. You guys have dealt with these creatures.
I can't wait for the fan art of Thorn the half-orc now growing a jaw and claws and just ripping apart these copper cups.
But he's eating. You were just eating the little drone things.
What were those things called again?
Whirly snitches.
The whirly snitches.
Yeah.
Could you heal Shade, please? Since you dropped us both to the ground.
I thought he was a shadow creature.
Not today.
Ben,
Why?
how long? Sorry.
So if you want to take 10 minutes, I could take a look at Shade.
We were victorious.
Can't heal her.
Him.
I healed him. What's wrong?
He's waiting for Sirenscape.
Yes!
Ben,
He
how
needs the
long does that-
auditory victory.
How long does that last for?
For 1 minute, I believe.
Okay, cool.
I'll take a look at. Can I take a look at a bird?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Okay.
It's going to be a little bit
He's
higher
at
DC
1.
because it's a bird. You're not used to, like, this isn't what you deal with, but I'll let you make the medicine.
Fire up the
My
dice.
claws
Cam.
go away. My tusks kind of go back to the smaller size. I'm kind of like, no, I like that.
Really good with a Michael Jordan.
Oh yeah, you can tell the bird is very badly injured and definitely needs
Ooh, I
care.
wanted that. No, I wanted my healer's tools to do.
Oh,
That's what I was
you're
doing.
doing.
That I was going straight
so you guys
into.
spend 10 minutes in the room. So you're tending to Shade. You
Thank you.
think that even though with the bird, like it's a little bit more different, but you can help. That is going to be. So you told the total was what?
Michael Jordan on my die.
Okay.
For my medicine
Not a
check.
critical success, but a success. So that's 2d8 hit points back to Shade. What are you guys doing while he's tending
Well,
to Shade?
that depends, Jim Jam, because this is a new room for me. So what do
11.
That's exactly his hit points. Thank you.
You
I'm probably looking at
notice
the
that
bodies.
it looks like the Copper Cop, for some reason, attacked not only a prisoner, but an SCO, which makes no sense. They should never be able to do that. It's completely against all of the magic that governs their behavior does not allow them to attack SCOs under any circumstances. So this is completely abnormal but it's undeniable looking at the injuries on the SCO, looking at the blood that didn't come from Thorn, like something happened here that should never have happened.
Preston would like to do a crafting check on these mechanical objects to see if they've been tampered with.
Go ahead.
While he's doing that, can I start looking around the room?
Yeah.
After he's done, but I would like to start looking around the room.
I would say I'd be searching the bodies while they're doing that.
I did not get it. 9.
Yeah, you're not certain if it's been tampered with. All the damage that's sustained because of Thorn just ripping its head off.
It was so cool.
It was really cool, but unfortunately, like it's hard to really examine the body or the construct after the fact now. Samira, you're looking around. You notice that there's something under the desk that's been sort of overturned. It's sort of peeking out, and you go over there and you realize that it's an SCO sigil. You know, with an SCO sigil, you can open the cell doors. You know that Nadia was asking you to retrieve one of these, and there's nobody really around to know that you've got it.
I would take it.
Okay, take it. Have it in your possession. You, Thorn, are looking over the other body, and you notice that hidden in the shoe of the prisoner is a set of makeshift thieves' tools.
Ooh.
Allow you to open mechanical locks and bypass mechanical traps should you find them. They look to be a little shoddy, so you're not certain. Might break if you were to say critically fail on a check to use them, but
Paperwork.
Paperwork?
Is there any paperwork around?
There is. A lot of it's scattered and destroyed. There was clearly a scuffle. Some of it's just like covered in blood and like, you know, it's worthless. But there's really nothing that catches your eye as like, yeah. You could spend hours in here trying to pore over this, but you also know that you're sort of on the clock.
This was definitely the right room. That was great.
Well, it was very fun to see Thorn.
I was impressive. I always kind of wanted my tusks to be larger.
It was very interesting, wasn't it?
So reconstruct the scene here. What happened?
All right, so I don't know.
We need to keep going. We need to hurry up.
There's something wrong with these copper cops.
I know they shouldn't be attacking the authority.
Not the officers. I've never seen one do that before.
And perhaps if we continue on forward, we might learn a few things or two.
Great idea, brother.
I wonder if someone down here is not right and is doing all of this.
There are many people who are not right down here.
All very nice, though.
They're extremely nice.
Very, very nice.
Yes, but out of their element, one might say.
To the infirmary.
We keep moving
continue
Move on. Okay. So you take note of all of the oddities in the room and make your way further towards what you hope leads you toward the infirmary. Sure enough, soon you come out to another door through this maze of offices. You find another door that is marked as an entrance back into prisoner accessible areas. Leave it. You enter a hallway that is at least somewhat familiar, and you're fairly certain you're actually pretty close to the infirmary. This route may have been a little circuitous, but it got you where you needed to go. You finally find the door marked medical ward. What do you do?
Go in.
Yes, we are here for a reason.
Is there a sigil on the door?
There is not a sigil on the door.
Does the door look like it has been messed with?
I'll do a perception check for you here. We'll see.
Okay.
You know, you think you hear something on the other side of the door. Movement of some kind.
Something's in there. Something's in there.
But what do I see?
You notice.
He should
You
be doing
notice
this.
how much I love this video. Very glad for it. I hope it doesn't get eroded out of the class when it gets released. In the APG. You notice two things. One, there's actually a mechanical lock on this door. in normal times, prisoners are able to pass in and out of the infirmary. They don't keep it magically locked. However, when they do need to lock it, they just use a normal lock on it. You also notice that there is a further down the hall, like 30 feet away, it looks like there is, and you remember it because you remember seeing something very similar when you were down in the maintenance tunnels.
Yes.
It looks like there's a now broken ventilation access. So if you couldn't get through this door, perhaps there's another workaround.
There is a lock on this door, but a ventilation access if we wish.
I mean, I could try to open the lock. I did find some.
Well, what if we knock to see if they need help in there? There could be someone in there who needs help.
I very much agree with this idea, Hogan. Because if we knock, we are stating our case, and therefore...
knock.
Just knock on the door.
Legality of the situation dictates that we are in the right. We are trying to see if people need help.
We're just letting them know we're here. We're announcing our presence if they need help.
Did they already knock?
I knock.
Yes.
I back up.
You pound on the door. Whatever sound was going on, like there's this moment of like dead silence afterwards. And then all of you hear like some very intense scuffling from inside and the sound of furniture being dragged across the room right on the other side of the door. And you realize that whoever's inside is now barricading themselves in. And we'll pick this up next time. Before we do that, though, let's take a moment to chat with the fans for a little bit. Let's chat a little and read some comments.
So good, Jim. That was good.
Yeah, it was fun.
That's great. We've got cheers from Major Lemon, Sarah BC1, and Tyrex99, and that's just fantastic.
Thank you, guys.
So good.
Thank you, Spank.
That's how we keep going.
Thank you, Spank69. Spank69 for following.
I like it.
We did get a $10 donation too from the Real POTUS, a donation for a gratuitous minifig Power Zoom. Power Zoom.
That's fun.
Power Zoom's, I kept missing it the other day when I was watching.
It's really cool.
Super cool.
Good.
It's really good, yeah.
Scott Danusa saying, Zamira did it. It's her fault. Yeah, that other chick did it, not me. My name is spelled with an E. Sorry, Scott. It's all her fault. All this magic is her fault.
As Lucas Martinez says, he is a cleric for the Lord of the Dance?
Info My Head says, sounds like Keanu dances like Nicolas Cage.
Crichton32 says, I say bring back the jump slide. It works every time.
Dude, nobody's jump slid yet.
We'll see. But
when the slime was there earlier, it actually would have worked.
But see, the thing was that was 30 years ago.
Yeah, that's true.
It's something new.
Tactics have changed.
It was 30 years ago.
It was 30 years ago. It's now considered a leap scoot.
A leap scoot.
Leap scoot.
Leap scoot.
Leap scoot.
Okay.
Who's anyone? Scott Danuso. Scott Danuso says, Hogan is the new Marcus? You become what you hate. Am I the new Marcus? What?
Well, it's because when you did your negative energy. I think that's
I was helping. Hogan was doing everything to help. Marcus would have turned invisible and went and cowered in a corner. I came out there with guns blazing to help people.
Exactly.
I was helping.
You didn't help me.
I healed you up
I know you
100% and I fixed your bird.
I healed you too.
Thank you, guys.
Jack Hart 79 talking about when Zamira was talking to her other acolyte said, "Oh my goodness, Jim Jam strikes again."
I don't know what you did, but it doesn't sound good.
What did I do?
You shouldn't have done it.
You convinced this whole thing to happen. This is
You guys thought Mackie was the villain at the end of all this.
He still is.
Listen, you don't know yet.
We don't know yet, but she took
No
the
one
sigil.
knows yet.
It's totally shaded.
You don't know I took the sigil.
I know, but
It's totally shaded. It's the bird.
But I know.
How do you know?
Hogan doesn't know, but I know.
What
Yes,
does
Eric
Hogan
knows.
know?
Kevin Alexander
yeah.
saying, late to the show since my son had soccer. Did Dumpston do his crazy thing yet? Which crazy, like,
Yeah.
he did a number of crazy things, so which one are we talking about? Which one are we targeting?
The reference
cards?
is
Yes.
the cards.
Which it worked out really well.
And
It was
nothing
good.
poor has happened.
It was all
Bully for
bully.
you.
Well, now wait
Yeah.
a second. That means we've got like 3 bully for you cards out of that deck, which means it's only gonna get worse, guys.
Oh yeah, it gets worse.
They don't.
It gets worse.
They don't go back in.
I think that
Don't.
every day when you like reset your reagents, the deck resets.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, I agree.
Just, it's gonna get crazy.
No.
That was awesome. That was a great story,
Yes.
Oh boy.
That was
It's
fun.
a lot of fun.
Hey, I had a good time. I'm glad you guys had a good time. It's all thanks to you guys.
Yes.
So thank you so much for joining
Thank
us,
you.
for the donations, for the bits, for the support on Patreon. We hope it has been worth it for you. We will be back here on Tuesday. We will be back here next Friday, both at 6 p.m. Pacific. We, of course, Tuesday has a completely separate but equal storyline. So if you want to know what happens to that crew, tune in on Tuesday. If you want to see what happens to these crazy cats, tune in on Fridays.
Separate but equal, or separate but +1?
Well, see, there's more people, but you guys have more I don't know.
I'll take it.
Yeah. A little more chaos on this end. They actually work together as a team very well.
We do
You guys
too. I made him a
work
monster.
together. It was amazing.
We're trying. We're still trying.
It was cool. I loved it.
Big shout out to Norse Foundry for the dice cams.
Yes,
Big
thank
shout out
you.
to Sirenscape
And his
for the
dice.
beautiful sounds we've been hearing all episode. Make sure that you go find them. That's Sirenscape.com and NorseFoundry.com. Lots of good stuff from them that you can check out. And we'll see you next time. Everybody, have an excellent evening.
Night all.
Get us out of here, Tech.
See you guys soon.